TV, the citizen's power. Citizen 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 TV, the citizen's some message we unya ne baby abuse. A friend of mine in America sent me this video. Anajonumada. Me sorry anajobe 2 a.m. I watched the video again and again and again and again. And clearly, the same way, I can't stop voicing it out. And they should forgive me. But that is a fact. The UP tradition, at any given opportunity, will find a way of dragging us back at any given opportunity. Now me share document be here. And minim mo no mon check mame. Even Ghana Web Crab publish here. Time out Dr. Kwame Nkrumah time. They were manufacturing canoes. They were manufacturing senyo. Mo amunim ayi sa Kwame mo de mo ameto. On se ne wo ayi radio bi ne friend senyo umbato senyo. Wa ameto senyo. Yeah, yeah omo ye no Ghana. Me betoy. Kwame Nkrumah time. But maybe ya woman no na makuma bi go system no mu omo de edua empempro na ye tape ye na ne de tie GBC 1 GBC 2 ne ye canoes sanyo ne ye canoes emankrofo every other countries betoko. I wish I can get this now man for posty. Now man for posty. Sad time no enkroma ema ye saa de no. The UP tradition seta Toniba bonsu akasanoma Kwame bako so ni a friend akasanoma Ghana, we are doing it, building canoes. Neighboring countries like Togo, Benin, they come and buy from here. You build a TV. What said that Ghana? Yeah, a fridge. Yeah, near manufacture fridge in Ghana. Fridge. That time I come and Nkrumah yes saying you know. And Nkrofone say it's a lie. Nothing is happening. Kwame Nkrumah build the Akosombo dam. Na Kufuado num papa num Akromfo no, those useless people. Very useless people. Edward Kufuado and those foolish people. Kwame Nkrumah si Akosombo, they were asking questions. Adenti Kwame Nkrumah aya hwehwani mu we hu wo si Akosombo na yedai population no omododo ye sei eya wo si Akosombo o de ye dan. Kwame Nkrumah ye motorway boy. Kwame Nkrumah si Valco okwa America na UP tradition for na suma normally demonstration akosia Kwame Nkrumah ewa American airport. Ye demonstrations. What we are seeing today almost starting way back. They always come in just to destroy. Yes. They always come in just to destroy. And you see, that is why I keep on saying, I'm not for fan cheme, because they should know better. But because of their personal interest, they just close their eyes to the reality. People like Kwakubako, Bombay, Crusading Guide, Kwakubako, Omudia esi wa omwenim. O papa, Kwakubako papa, no a minister. Under a Nkrumah regime. Oniminyama Nkrumah, pass Nkrumah chatma on my Ghana. And how these UP guys came in just to drag us back, destroy everything. So people like Benefson, Kwaku Bakunum, when I see them supporting the UP tradition, I ask myself, Sankrofo, are they normal? Do they think right? Onipa say na bedi, we are say Ediane say Obadahin, Edian, we are say Edian, they quite that you can't have principles. That you can maintain your grounds. Adia omo enananom beya ye no. Ebi no omo ye ne no. The UP tradition is the problem of this country. Document no ho a graphic anya you know what screenshot no. Hwe story no ko down bo so mo aye you know ho sa. Uhwa obehu. Today, Shase Nkrumah, way back, he was talking about the fall of the cedi against the dollar. He was talking about a friend say poor conditions. He was talking about a Nima and ACC and it's happening live. Kwame Nkrumah see Black Star Line. I'm saying no. And yet, I didn't think I would see Black Star Line. Valco, and yet, Akosombo, and yet, any project bi Nkrumah de ne sabeka bia enye yes o bosombi esi castle yes flaster fast a friend kanka nyame yes oba ena Kwame Nkrumah de dado aboni trim ena moja eba the UP tradition yes. That is how they behave. That is their traits. That's their character. They don't change. They change their names. They keep on changing their colors. But they don't change. They did it to Rollins. Okay. Kwakuba kunum kwaka ekufado no mo. Kwasi asem kwa Rollins kopwase. Rollins nu moja. Yase Rollins ni ma me wata na dware. Na Kwakuba kunum atimi afa Rollins picture na ma fa fish eto na omo de asiso na ma publish na enam se Rollins yase camera apeke no omo de camera bi akoto nso na ase no one ma me wata wuru ase na epeke no Rollins nu moja. O guys omo de bi ye Mahama. Yeah, maybe sa tape no 2012 JM ne Ekufuado. Omo preaching okay. Akwa bi preaching say sunsun money bi free esre mu ba. Sunsun no nom emoja referring to John Mahama. Kumasi ni sofo kwasia bi. Omo se ka abonu ama na wu se de yi. On say 2016 osu bempa fucking mine no a wa bi asore no. Osu bempa. On so no su koye bi. Yeah, that idiot. Was it moja wo John Mahama Ansah. That is how they behave. That is their traits. Kwasia fongwa. The UP tradition. Kwasia fongwa. That is how they behave. They know people are ignorant. So they form lies. Omni Nkrumah, Omni Rollins, Omni John Mahama. That is how they behave. I have said this. That given any opportunity, somebody must do this. And suddenly a generation will come. Eso be gusa you Peter. That MPP eso be guno. Any government obenya opportunity should brand them as terrorists. They did it to Nkrumah. Adie bia obia ye bia eye bia no. So they took power from Nkrumah. Omo anye bi. Omo be destroy nyema wia de Nkrumah ye omo wia ni nyina. John Mahama say, look, we are faced with energy crisis. Now we are moving from hydro to thermal. We need to build thermal plants. Thermal plants, enya banche ne body ya de si so ana abin. So look, let's endure. Instead, say you better find a temporary solution to this doomsday issue. Let's find a lasting, permanent solution to doomsday. Say no. Oh, si thermal plant magana for say. Jai thermal plant nisi na echesika no na yeni. Se wan chesika na me ya ni dia. Ya kwa kachira Ghana for say una di doomsday aba. So they hired pastors, Ota Belnum, Reverend Mate fucking minor, or my friend Reverend here, the Cromforno, Mate, Cromforno, former a press before moderator no Cromforno, Cromfor, Yawaka them no. So they hired them. monko kantre en sorry for no mo sorry for no kwa monka say John Mahama de dum so aba. Yes, that is the politics the NDC don't know how to do it. NDC propaganda omono de no ne say ade a MPP for no aye no. Yes, they talk about it, but NDC for him how to sit in the room, plan, say we ye be din tro ato omonim ye. Into abra John Mahama ede thermal plant ni bedru ye no. Wo de thermal plant na ba kra ye so na de dum so bae. No thermal plant na ye dey, wo de thermal plant aba no aye dey. Meanwhile na Atamos Ghana gas. You see visionary people 7 years now. Ask Akufo-Addo, the UP tradition people, ask them, say, Ediebe pa no mo aye ediaka ye energy sector ho, they will start insulting you. Yes, so they are not the thermal plant no ebaye no wanya de. Na mom no Akufo-Addo so wafa eye thermal plant ni fria edi akota krade $30 million. The whole Ghana obi amose omo kwa grow asore. You see, when I tell you they are mad people from Akufo-Addo to the left, mad abadam for straight. I know Akufo-Addo is not a proper UP. Or no, Akufo-Addo only identity. Yeah. He was just jumping around looking for, the next available vehicle to reach his destination. Only principle. And to which ideology he belongs to. Only principles. Only any ideology. To a yama basa tan bodemni. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. Oyanyama basa nyama tan. Ni nyama no ya no a young people for no time. Na Ghana for time. But they are afraid of him. That is the point. Yeah, Nkrumah sa je o man hwe. Akufo-Addo papa be wiade te se de wabodam. Wiade ohu abrabo bia o mo abo. This a person otua ne ho ka ahead Ansah na wo dwane afra konwa no so no atua ne ho ka. We are minor just like that. The same thing with Rawlings. Omoji o mine free Rawlings some year no. After the no do saloon and akwa bosia. Hwe. But no mo catch Rawlings no say. Omo na anko school. No mo do saloon. Na Piaro saloon Piaro ni akwaku baako. Sankrofo we do ma boni o. They have damaged this country that one day people like Kwaku baako na think ya twi omo best street mu ni ebuso omo say oman we ye mo bone bay. We must be bold for once. Nanka one day you pulling Kwafo we best street mu buso omo say sa oman we bone bay pa na Ghana ye mo. Why? You just decided to support evil people to come and destroy the foundations of this country. To tear this country apart. This beautiful country called Ghana. They did the same to John Mahama. John Mahama sees a cycle interchange. No. Mama, Kwabena want to be. Obviously, cycle interchange, John Mahama kum nipa de omo ahye fom ho. Want this asem no? Yeah. John Mahama asie moja was on onua Ibrahim Mahama. Can you imagine? After the Osiwi and almost there interchange na eti se kosua na omso jomama aye no kosua eni ahoden esiwa na ESA na omatimi afa Peace FM reporters na omakwa interview taxi drivers omso ai ba ko so ofa so a onam so na ESA na interchange na ESA. Hi, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Crazy. Saboteurs. John Mahama said, look, from Kumasi side, Aircon North, Kumasi survey as a market major business hub. So, Addo'S and the 4 pepper a business. Okay, so you build a huge modern market here. And here best survey Akon North, between the north and the southern part of Ghana. No man ko Kumasi akwase sama ato apetesia mo manom say monworo mo emfa ayi mo ayase entre John Mahama na monko ka say John Mahama ni onua Ibrahim Mahama baba besi shop afa Kumasi. Then they send people. Omuko tun krofo gu montene so. You see market ni wie ya. Omo sa wasi awie dia ya wini power ni ya be chafa. Even baby John Mahama eye drainage. Omo sisi shops ni bi SCC drainage ni so amensuo to a na abu ekodan no mu omo so okay say no ensuo to abu kodan no mu yanko kan kire Ghana for say John Mahama ensi ade no kura yie wansi ni yie. Look, dealing with the UP tradition, you are dealing with evil demons, very stupid people I've never seen in my lifetime. And you see, when Kennedy Japan was insulting them, they ntiase. But onim how they behave. Obiasi adiasi wo. Why drainage ne niema. Na Kwame muni sa video no. Omudi dua akọ se drainage ni mensuo no to ana enkora na ebura. Okay. Ose. Yes, somebody stone in ya locks. No, they are cautious. Say, initially they said KJT market was a Galamsey site. Almost John Mahama able to Galamsey. Osi no. Chair shops ni no. Eno omo akosi si edan illegal structures esisi drainage no so omo wie ya no eno omo de locks edua locks ekosi se gota no mu enti so de to a entimi nkoda abu abewura edan no mu ebewura eye market no mu a no omo a video na omo say so they managed to set up radio stations bebre and omo so no they understand business. When they set up radio stations, effective. Unlike NDC and MPP for no, picking frequency no. They just set somewhere. Me make me a chlow frequencies be brave. Kumasi any MPP for your modia. I can point it out easily. They just set somewhere. No matter what will be. And to make us a neutral job. Enye neutral job no mo ye NDC de jiminti frequency ni kura no no awon timi nye onimi ye onimu adwini bia na kura no on timi run station no osimi abeye jimi onimi ye osimi ameye jai bema jai na nkrofo nya de ne ma na nya kama wose da bi menti ase oh ndis Jimmy ebi no me kira wo mu Jimmy baako twintwan no okuramu ade no so a wo ye no onte ase tubo sa ade na efosere na si ho opene saa okohu so obi dia ye no mo de bojandama na nani abre na mabuso mo se wani abre ne ene se wa Jimmy nyansa ni utrim anya say ne ya no say no omo ya no we stayed with them, we know how they do it. And they say yeah too much for say look adia we ye ni say ya o se there be and this nipa ni bi now we be a radio station utum say adia kwa ye bia anko ye na me tu ne fo o ka kire me say ono akọ radio so sa 15 years okọ Peace FM okọ Adom FM e dey 15 years ni radio onim radio mu pa ana me busa na say na oluma mpacho enti wotra aeroplane ekọ America 15 years ba no adane pilot ase ha Bobie udidi matem na msi nyansa na onim wotra aeroplane kọ America ba na ya pilot just wafro aeroplane akwa America ba ku mienu miensa na enum da kru koduru airport aeroplane wa no ahwira trem ada ya material prema kwa America de intimate atu Okotra radio so akasa is different from you understanding the business and what drives a radio station. Two different issues. Then people they understand that philosophy. So quickly they go back, they throw it to somebody. No, actually, paper. And they keep on complaining about stations, and I laugh. I hear them complaining about stations. Now I say, you don't know what is happening. Unima de crack also complaining. But let me move on. No munkwa funding them. Oh, John Mama see market no in Swobem. When seen ye, almost 7 years no mun see bio. 7 years no mun see bi. John Mama seen ye, Shiakai say ni see market. At the phone say, Kai say ni see market. Really? John Mama say yenkonko si airport ewo ho because ho ye baby a ye betimi abie eho it can become one of the biggest cities e ben link here to Togo business be koso enya obia ne betimi a drive businessman bia no person drive from her to ho NTNC airport no makofa aigbefo no boys no a payosagide ne peroku jetonum mongo ka say ayi nye mongo ka say ayi your friend say airport nye omo ka che om say mongo ka say airport nye no no promise say ye ba ye besi ayi keta ayi airport amamo okay omo ba no keta port no ono a omo nsiye ena omo no dwoma amade aboso ho airport ena nadu ne besiye na nadu ne siye omo so da say enye the Voltarians per any airport 2016 that was what they said. Then fast forward nana na see ye nanadu na see ye nanadu na see ho airport no Jamama yene ne ye enkukobuo kwasi afonkwa from Akufo-Addo to down ufa MPP no omo national chairman intim kwasi afonkwa omo kasa abodamfo complete what analyze o ma asemo unni bibia say wey abodamfo na no omo deal no and you must deal with them like abodamfo omo first argument Voltarians in here airport omo ba power na nadu na see ho airport no John Mahama de na enkukobuo ubu so am say na 7 years ni keta port no ya ne de emfa mo ho ekura nanado na asi eye. So what they promise the people, any we need power no more jato na fe do ba eno dia ba besi ani na omo no struggle. Joma Mercy Bank of Ghana Hospital. Bank of Ghana Hospital at the year day. At the end of the year, and RCC hospitals, now come them Crawford, Gan West Hospital, a come them Crawford no year. A come them Crawford no year. So Akufo-Addo went to Peace FM. He couldn't talk about a year projects. Say, oh, yeah, health sector. Then I say come the Ghana for. He went to Peace FM in 2016 to go and talk that nonsense, rubbish. Kwasi akeka no okoka bi wo ayi ewo Peace FM oni kwa msifa kan oka no no abonyere jojo oka no no abonyere jojo jiminti onipa ni ahoto jiminti nipa eni ahoto. He was talking about a common nkrofo ena ode ayi ye friend say Jomama this can ACC project entunim de omo ye I value for money Jomama projects ni nyina abroso sikana abroso chia project we sia kai chia enya fe project we enya sia pre 7 years now. Ask them say Gan West Hospital if Akufo-Addo atimiasi 1 etesa Gan West. If what me 1 to say UGMC omo baye uni mo first say I na say NDC see UGMC kura generator ni hwe wo ma fa generator nsi ho na si we no fa generator nsi wa no ya de ya ni de generator avesi ho ma abodam for complete any political party winning power should do well and close their office at a salam down. Abodam for complete. The only thing they understand in governance, they feel governance is propaganda. Schemings there. Omo free. On mine in chichiri yaso. Say ye chichiri on mine. Omo friend, oh UGMC. Tama na Jomama no mo de green book. Any green book no 2016 no ya go traba no any green book mu oh UGMC si bia omo boa green book no bibia ni UGMC si bia omo wini ya no masi aba UGMC ni kura musi ya ampade na generator nsi ho yani ade generator kosi ho de o si UGMC na anya ade de o de generator kosi ho say ono no ye competent na de o si UGMC no ye incompetent we wu modam a ya ka so abodam na wusu ena no bibi pani bi siam kumase ena bobie ya na ade a ye no ya bodam say nam so mo abodam we ya santini wa abodam because wono or your MPP from Pennyphone, we were Shanty Reggie. Now, so we mean try the Bible fear the peshe. We me busa o shame free ho. Abuas ano. Me busa one city crème free water. O free. Man po kwano so jamasi ho baby. Now, so we mean twamwa. Se bibi kura yamia na minimum fie kura me wura ho. Me de yasme de mo ye dey. Hey, any say any when yan dey am so froko. Anka say free me so kono ha na da me no free ekuro ba ko no wa bodam a na wo free say me ma bodam te se wo obi asiade esi wo wani tua at one breath no bibia ni wo at another breath yani ade generator be si wo enti ukofa structure ne free hin e na ade generator ne be si mu ukofa free hin e fa na go tell us what bodam What about them? Ridge Hospital. Siakai Ridge Hospital no. Ebi swada that way no. renovation say in a hospital Rage Hospital 2016 oh hwia kai one more babebu la General Hospital gu 3 years now 3 years now oh Kwame me pacho me kaso ma bodam nim say ya na nya ode no abahwemanim Kwame wanya bodam sem na ede tell me modam ede wa bodam ono national chairman nyina mo bodam Rage Hospital shiakai Rage Hospital way a project see a value for the and day sikano kra abroso omo de la General Hospital no omo ansi na yakase sikana abroso omo disika no omo cheska ni nyina di 3 years now at bare land in kwala boso ball wọ́n cheska na di nyeso omo asi ena bi abroso kra na yakase o ebi abroso amom de adidi wọ́n cheska na di bare land ne da ho owie no akọ Freddy wasi Rage Hospital say ono ye incompetent enipa we umodam na waye dey wabodam let me show you this tell my mama AC sani ma we nyina no me chemo omo anyom tofo no nyuma no omo when your mama was doing all this when your mama was doing all this mungo tie ayi your friend say ni nyina ye audio nkwa ni nyina dan dia eno alaki dia ram de send on way Fatuma
Uwie usi esikwe hu ano na araba
esimpo ayehwe na araba twenanim da wa aye mmo nchen esem no kra ye nto sabi esimpo wa ayehwe o na araba
esiben
wa ye ohun chenchen mo si akwan wa hu nko mo bi mesini esimpo wa ayehwe o na araba usi ejebi we jebi ti ase nti ye mo nku ni ma botre na ubeto ma na ma ye ubeto wagu ya yenso enti ni ye mu pa ni edua ohina okesi ye ne hu tintinti ye nim se obeso odua pa bi sa tenten huro akati ye si nchimba mbotom mikobi sa ankra oso oni mu hwe minkobi sa daddy so so oni mu hwe nti minkobi sa mama awo mama
ben
mama boys abre eje na besen hwie mu ama girls letiti ya ebusuan ko ya to ba ha emebunrin ha yewu afe yarshi to shure jado mpe mani anesiashia afunupo wode ukaka se na mepe adiso ye mu ye duru untu mi nso amobi meswa bise esinala wa yan rimpo na araba esimpo
Uwie usi esikwe hu ano na araba
esimpo ayehwe na araba twenanim da wa aye mmo nchen esem no kra ye nto sabi esimpo wa ayehwe o na araba
esiben
wa ye ohun chenchen mo si akwan wa hu nko mo bi mesini
Widim time obomo ne ba onwum yi 2012 na Professor Mills enya ne baby kono a na John Mahama ene Akufo-Addo be contest no esimpo anya hwe na araba Atamils no mu anya hwe na John Mahama wa mu se abeto omo kwem you see Omo Jimmy, omo ya di omo nwene won se ade we ya ye no. Da ya di mu twan ye. Ya me ayi like mensan matisias wo boda mo se de yo. Omo dam. Me na se mu so obi abeto right abi so aboda mo de no kwa yare se or something. Esimpo anya hwe na araba. Today, beche ya de Akufo-Addo aya bawomia e fatasi emfanisi so omu nyina akose dem Omunyina says omunyina adwane kwa dem o. They are all running away. They are all running away. Now some say not on bread war a friend say or the bread cooker muton or Tessano from Tessano then now oko baby I just have for papa one Kwabena simple anya hwe na araba Mama yes menya nyo no ba kwa mama. Kwa me dia nkra. Da benya. Mama hwa ampon. Ampon ne bo for mo no. Mama yeah. Hallelujah. Ya da wala ya yahwa elu. Ala sa 2020 yeah. So to anyone for watching a well. Then the first 4 years, the Nipa na abadam no na old moon to galamsey din kwasi ade nti one po well. Ajimi phone ba kuni o. Ajimi phone ba kuni. Onya tagada no sa no lumba twina dia na emsres. Sras yakwa. Yeah, day. Francis Jai. As one can want to now teach. Anybody who go so a year and yema. Also, oh no, mentias yet. But when they get power, nothing. They won't do anything. Nothing. Omnya power mumfanya she. But obitiswa they will make sure ade bia wo ye bia enye yeah and this for suban bi enka is the best thing but MVP for year ama abese no say na esa musumu ye bi you know NDC they don't have any problem to commend MPP for so ya dia ya recently your friend say I've forgotten. I am say one of the tax components, and there was this something in Parliament. An MPP for minority for near Yama, a Kufad withdraw ye, or more withdraw ye, minim so Obekaya. Just last week, I mean, who said minority for no issue statement to comment the government, say, why are they? Yeah. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Restrictive bill, no? Yeah, very good. Me wa madam for NDC ni bi frame say me hwe de minority for ne ye enhwehwe animu. Obi na ekofa de anya aba. Wa withdraw. And I make a chance to be honest and can say ni ebu mine can say ni etna wo man mu when him say MPP and omo ye and nka John Mahama withdraw ya no ma be press conference a kire say de omo sim on my bu and say de John Mahama agimi afa ka we kro man kan tene say on withdraw and kwa withdraw onum adwena ya di bu o man munyini mfiri ho yeah say MPP a that is what they will do. We withdraw ya organize a press conference afre wo mon crofo no joy wo mon crofo na wa peace fm ni ade no no the microphone siwo no ma ka ama wiase nyina hunu se yo mama nim nyansa ya odi bu oman na se nkanye wo mo pa na kan ya ka we nko ba be yo ye kan ya no wajai entubon for oman ne maye. But the NDC in parliament just issued a statement ebo abana baso se oh why are dear say ade we ye nyina dia no tu mu bi no watwa sana nke ebu man sana ye tra wo mamu. So when the guy called me said look at what the minority is doing Bobie, and I told him that look in actual sense enka kwai papa no nie so hu so unua ya de pa e ya de papa unua ya de bone a e ya de bone sana MPP so hu NDC mo ya de papa oya de bone na ye nyina ye ko nkakran no man no e da ya ba akofo ntimi ntra so mfiafe bo ne ye koyanum ba wenum de hate, envy, jealousy, evil, witchcraft baye nipa MPP ni baye bibia o mani abre udidia na ni hwemu a ne ya wo satare a ne ya ono awia bebre wo sha ba kope o de ba kope na ne ya. That is how they behave. Ono am tifi a baye sa bibi obehu bia ne ya tam omo tro omo nsa e wo kujeto no ma ne bo amanom se omo nya adwuma da e na omo ayeye wo politics mu no se na omo pe kwai de samia okunum ne payosagideri UJ ahenum aba baye bone yaw ahoya abayfo ntisa ye tua tax ye ka kire obi se wo de scan air fru wiem sen no akọ ne krom hene e wo chebi e ho e kura na se omra medidi yen atem se abayfo ma ene nkwasiafo ma ene criticize akufu ado uko busa nsa kwase aba ne chen mu a wasmenti ase unti ase obeye den de na abetumi aye obeye den ade na be tingobi ya de papa ya bona baso o menua de wuye eye omo de dabi no they won't agree. In the amasa pen ewura NDC grassroots mu enti won say grassroots na nia brea say omo person mo say NDC ne MPP for no ye bibi papa bia eya na nya bibia o ade no akufado no ma yi a kire NDC grassroots am mo say no we say ya nya nuafo na eto man we mu no it's not true say ya nya nuafo because so no nya wa e kwa odo be fa so no so wunya chance na so MPP ni ma ni kwa so ojeja ho omo na be kire sa de no yeah omo na be kire sa de no medu be wie nanado asem bia wakwa akoka me pa cho na yi no kan se omo ni message no mo ka o se me boss story no so but boss Samira de anima me nanado say okay, so in the first place watch this story. So put the story here for me. Full story no all right. Hello. Okay. Monkailu Alhassan, good afternoon, Commander. This Alan watching you from Wenchi in Bono region. Thank you. Freedom Kwaku Jisam is here. Yeah, more story in my journal online. Only politicians with no message stoke tribal religious sentiments. Make sure who Akufo-Addo and Bawumia are. Who they are. Only politicians with no message stoke tribal religious sentiments. Akufo-Addo. And okay, some way, let me check the date. I think somewhere last month. Okay, yeah, November 17th, 2023. And there's the story. Omuni politicians omuni message. Omuna the tribal and religious sentiments enenam. November 17th. And then I said December say 19th. Okay, I say Wednesday 18th. 17th, 1 month, because the Akufo-Addo was yare. You also member complete. Who I want to say no ba complete. Yeah, the Okokafa Samira Zongo. Just listen. Tie Okonima. All preachers say Ghana for nchu every tribal and religious hono. Na odwa sign nam. Na oye.
By the grace of God,
Well, Konima,
Muhammadu Bawumia wins the presidency in 7th of December 2024. We will have a Zongo first lady in Ghana. So there's a lot of opportunity for. But more, so if by the grace of God, Muhammadu Bawumia wins the presidency in 7th of December 2024, we will have a Zongo first lady in Ghana. So there's a lot of opportunity for. But more, so if by the grace of God, Muhammadu Bawumia wins the presidency in 7th of December 2024, we will have a Zongo first lady in Ghana. So there's a lot of.
Just listen to this man. Oh, Debiano said you sit here no. Now why you fast? Me, I hate such people. People who are hypocrites and very reckless in thinking. They hide their real character and they point fingers at others. I some woman circles mukra. I don't like them. Just 17th November, this man is telling the whole Ghana, say politician only message, and I was talking about tribal and religious sentiment. Fast forward, now original Nima Zongo. Tell the Nima people, say Nima for, Bawumia oya running me, oya vice president. Nigeria a friend says ni where Sabina Yankasa a Zongo girl, but that's okay. I don't have any problem. Omumienu say ni no yama Nima Zongo communities no. And he said motu aba na so be the president no they can do more. Enkakasa. You don't have any message. Enti Zongo fu obenya first Zongo lady, first lady. Look at this. Cheap concept, useless man. Cheap concept, useless man. Meanwhile, now November 17th, no the TV so I catch the whole Ghana say politician only because of him. Omako Parliament ama Sam George akwa I said I'm say asema Sam George kan no. Me say support Sam George. Udebia wonka. Wa was won ti ase no. Na ya be man no kojo Sam George fie. Say won ti ase. na ndc fobi dwane free asma Sam George kan e dey na Sam George kan ya ehu e dey na kan ya ehu e dey na Sam George kan ya ehu o ka wie ya no no drimika no akogina Nima first time you are going to have a Zongo first lady, and so what? And you think Zongos are so stupid? They are fools. I could father say, Odi 12 years now, papa de betra, and I know we are you. Safia no Nima Fieno. Ne Nigeria phobia. One no papa we are. Omo mobrao, omo nyadwio, omo de any bread chrono, grabbing people's things. That's all. No papa de betra or 12 years. No papa de never tell 12 years no oni me ne corner like the search now nim corner be say I'm sorry ba osum wawurade ti tu ba no corner bia because ya de o de sympathy ro e ko ba bia o de o kariu unim baby so you Nima lungu like the yes you baby I say yeah ti kro my and can say enum koda baby we so osum na urade wonu kremu sum urade wonu kremu na osum urade a enye nsempatre evangelism adwuma ufria na de ko a ufria na de nsempa ne ma enya sa na Jesus over catch and say why na enim say evangelist why na Akufo-Addo woni wo kroma say evangelist yeah apostle for the ebeto wa bra Yohane enwosra bae so yebeto aya adwuma ya de aba be pem na ba akokora ada so yo na nyame frɛ wa onyiwa home onyame otoro nsa frɛ wa ongwa retirement ojirem orazo what's now 12 years obedi president changes ben Nima tell us anka you see the UP tradition they always belittle Zongo for arguing that is omo shia eyo omo say omo nim nyansa. What now 12 years? No, the 12 years. It would be a fine opportunity to know their problems. Obetra so, we win presidency and conform no when you ya now or Piekoto Koko. Ebedi, Enemoma. And I will promote you. Oh, now some me almost to a more pyramid house. Yeah. But meaning few awesome. Now me more pyramid house. And when ye omo fra ayi friend say Apia Stadium ko bu no ofie onyina manim sem Apia Stadium ko o fra me say omo so omra sata no 1 pp mu afra na ala na ayi na asha ase gidigidi no na mka chen say wo o se an Apia Stadium pie free fie no wantimi ankase waja MPP wo kwana no o fa ka ko dru pokuyase da o fra me say me nya ni interview I was a perfect so say we jai MPP. I was that what you aka dey gina baby gina Nima gate one na kasa so we jai ka bete pokuyase na Apia Stadium e go gina frɛ me nam so we o so pokuyase nam so kwa o na ni kire kumase so what you kwa ka bete gina ni mo neka gina sa woti dentemachi kasna no po mienhwe afenu wa hwere atra ayi dentema afenu agina se dentema no po watu wa munyina fira ni mu ho si ase na yire florist ena wa ye flowers in shirei oh not wo sa ase no so nya odia sa ase na enya odia. And I know we catch him say Addo'S be free power. or anantwie ewo Nima obeka wo nyina mo makofo akọ wiwe flowers ni nyina na ka chenso ehun hia. Yeah, why should you do that? Ehun hia, just leave him. Nima problems. Nima police station na wote ho no. Tete dan no a esiwo no. Sa na esiwo be pemene. Traffic light ase ewo akufo do fi anim. Nima enyam no na nanam. Eni ufon so. Yi fatuso na yi mo bia hu. Traffic light eye lead to Nima. Esu fi anim ase. Nima gota kese pa. Gota kese pa free ufie ekwo kwanwa. Nima for the so te gota no. You don't have a message. You don't have anything good to say. Tell the people. Bobie vice president. Now unim adia Kwame Akufo-Addo kan eye makoma ya. O say ye no ntina oti Zongo Development Fund. Na me ka so obeto aso abose Zongo Development Fund no ya yesi amamo, ya yesi amamo, ya yesi amamo, ya yesi wonzongo, ya yesi wonzongo, ya yesi wonzongo through the Zongo Development Fund. I know. Sir, was said that I'm so near Jimmy for Nedili. But sometimes the reason why somebody needs to respond to this man is because when he thinks everybody is a fool, then somebody must let him know that he talks rubbish foolishly. You have set up a Zongo development that the first time. Tell us. Tell them. Say I don't call you too for you. My ministers bebre, my yakwa bebre, any other mwasio. No. Put him under scrutiny. Tell us. Just point to things. Jo mama ko tum for. Osina na my say, ayewe, awa ha, no abokru no, my way, no abo, my way, no abo, no ha. So tell us. Na my say ayewe awa ha no abokru no ayewe no abo gata we eben no gata we. Okay, so therefore you two things we video me na me take here na me gina ne fie animu ho Akufo-Addo animu woni me yankasa wo mo traffic light na ahye onima police judge. It was a police for engage normal directed traffic. Yes. But that away na dahin.
That Nima inside on them. Free Nima market. Eba oko Accra girls.
Oh okay.
Yes.
And I say ebe no.
Ebe no.
Yeah ebe no. Edu ahu e. Wahu.
Said on one kase onim
corners.
Corners. Yes.
Ko we dey hot Toko we do fam.
Yes, ebe honum no.
Sa get to we do be fa ho ke how do you be call?
Say also new all get to so.
Yeah. Because honey evangelism zone. Onima. E go ho efe. E ho efe pa. E ho efe. E ho Texas. They say you was me. So this is the situation. Now should tell the Nima people. Say Nima way. Say ni na my amamo. Hwe ba bia nkrofada insisi nkrofada. This is the traffic light. We are not lying. You created a fund just to steal the money in the name of Zongo Fund. Thank you, Aya. You can show one thing. Thank you. What do you mean show idea ba ko kra nkyere? Say Zongo Development Fund say and that is the reason why the Zongos will vote against Akufo-Addo. Here, ba omi ade no yiye. The okoka say bomon krofo nti. almost you be any message. Meanwhile, some na any message, they don't have the.
Look at what will benefit our people. Let's look at what will benefit our people. I have been selected partly because I'm a Muslim. So I'm selected because I'm one of you. I'm not representing myself, I'm representing all of us. So please support. Let us make a difference in Ghana in our generation. Thank you very much for that. Look at what will benefit our people. Let's look at what will benefit our people. I have been selected partly because I'm a Muslim. So I'm selected because I'm one of you. I'm not representing myself, I'm representing
religious sentiments. Omuni bibi account. They have nothing to say. Omuni bibi account. Star 413 hash sika chadie. Kwame na say 1,000 Ghana na say 2,000. 1,000. And you 1,000. Me ba try na your many pa buy 15,000 10 million obia. Bronya aba. Star 413 hash. Star 413 hash. Star 413 hash. See, I'm just catching there. Anche, me bomb me first a year winner. More bet ya bambe nipa 100 no, a be farmer. 10 million. Friday ni 50 million no. 50,000 no. 28th next the following week. Cash bay. I done the member. Member I'm small. I bet me tight. Politics of deception. Almost 30 years. They deceive people. For Alan Trematin and a host of MPP members to run away from that party should give you a clear picture. Now they have seen the light. Evil characters been come together and they formed that MPP. Some evil characters, evil forces. They can lie. They don't care. They kill. They murder people. They don't care. I'm just hoping and praying. Onyamema yankwa. Na bayin sesa. Na kwa kuba akunu me complaining. Look at contracts almost inside. This lithium contract. Even University Teachers Association, they are talking. What's the main here? Criminals, akron for share contractor, a year friend say finance ministry, acquire with SML company. Say MPA for Ejuma Kwame, Ejuma MPA na you. See a for private company, so Bomra ye. Say I know for Mackenzie, every South Africa. Ejuma GRA for ye. Almost Mackenzie formula meye. The workers free South Africa. Omo ba na Ghana ha emrantie ya omo wie accounting school. Omo nya adwuma nye. Omo ne nam ho. Aw. Omo wie na akufo do sia bebu say dabi akwa na no se boya no asafmafo. No abebu say unemployment is overwhelming. Overwhelming say. Adwuma GRA ye. A young some of more hands. You went to South Africa to go and bring Mackenzie. So mama ye. Now training Ghana Nina ya Kwame enye fasudia more minor. Only pan Ghana ya. Muchamuko Zongo for us wow here ya. Oba kasa mo bia catch us wo ya kwala boni na wonye. Pani bi oti bia onu wa bodam ohun os wonye. Now we nipa na udwene sa de we hu a you ask yourself say enti nipa na omo te aban no ma na ase moa. You went to South Africa to go and pick Mackenzie. GRA adwuma GRA for you no agye e de ma foreigners no omo do omo workers aba because obenya ne cut $500,000 $1 million $3 million sika krono ani bre kwase asem adwuma MPA for ye wasemi ma MPA for nye me de bema eye private company SML omo no mra meye obi e ka se jai ade na wo ye ni jai osemeye adwuma ayi yafra ne say lithium asem obi e ka che say lithium no jai lithium no emfa won sanka jai na contract no nye na ono sa boy bi na ne ti sa adwe no o free latte no kwase aboy no se fa ka training no akotra P7 keka kwase asem no ne ti sa adwe odwa ongo hwe latte kwae kwase asa akotra P7 say ono de ono politics na oye no so oba na so ope 5 cedis aye no de be ma ono de onfa ho na ono kwase asa no akotra P7 say omo kasetia lithium no contract ni nyina no omo ni adwuma ye kwa mi ya hwe sa tape no mame sa aboaje asanwan tape no say omo criticize lithium no contract ni nyina no omo ye lazy people unemployed people omo ni adwuma ye Catholic Bishop Conference catch them say ade no enye University Teachers Association they catch them say enye various groups will catch them say ade no enye na ono akwala we kwase aboy we ya ubusa no a adwuma kora wonye bi da no catch Catholic Bishop Conference for say they are lazy people ntina omo ka eye lithium contract no asem obi ahwe say NDC time ena fele so fosu kwa chi na so obi ekoka asasem we a mi donyame nka kroma nka de besi nye NDC for jaya ma de we ekọ just like that kwase we Jimmy for to say aboaje asanwan ofri latte aboa sa no close it Kwame
with us again. I am speaking to you in the spirit of the season from Conakry over radio Guinness Voice of the Revolution. In spite of your suffering and humiliation, I wish that you could have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is normally a festive occasion, but on this year's Christmas Day, Ghanaians cannot help reflecting what a fateful year this has been for them. You have seen an unfortunate and sordid chapter in your history. It's a chapter of treachery and betrayal, of greed and hypocrisy, of cant and blunder. It is dark days for Ghana. It is exactly 10 months today when certain officers in the Ghana Army and Police turned their guns at the very constitution and legal government which they solemnly swore on their honor to protect and defend. You know that anyone who is capable of such an outrageous betrayal of trust for no reason at all could never have been motivated by the true interests of the people. Events in Ghana since then have confirmed this beyond any doubt. Within 10 short months, the traitors who make up the so-called National Liberation Council have shown that it was their morbid lust for money and power and their desire to escape from the just consequences of their corruption and crime which made them commit such despicable acts of treason against the state and the people of Ghana. When you look around yourself, their only achievement has been the sordid reversal of Ghana's development and progress. In these 10 months, a lot of lying propaganda and calumny has been manufactured by the so-called National Liberation Council. You have also been told a lot of nonsense by this notorious Liars Council about the state of Ghana's economy. Far from the gloomy picture of doom which the so-called National Liberation Council has been at pains to paint in order to deceive you, there has never been anything like the present state of mass unemployment and hunger which the last 10 months of National Liberation Council misrule and mismanagement have brought upon Ghana. Thousands have been forcibly dismissed or laid off from their jobs. Mass unemployment has mounted so high to a stage unprecedented in our history. Let the unemployed, therefore, mobilize themselves and fight for their rights. Under me, all workers receive their pay regularly, and all state enterprises and organizations function normally and satisfactorily. In fact, 10 short months ago, the standard of living in Ghana was one of the highest in Africa. What is the position today? Ghana's standard of living has fallen drastically. The cost of living has gone unthinkably high. Ghana's foreign reserves have entirely disappeared. The value of Ghana's currency has fallen hopelessly. In one of my broadcasts to you from here, I warned that the opening of Ghana borders, if not planned carefully, would lead to economic troubles. Today, Ghana's cocoa is being smuggled to neighboring countries with disastrous consequences for the people of Ghana. Cocoa, the large center of Ghana's economy, is in jeopardy, all because of the stupidity of the notorious Liars Council and their ill-meaning advisors. Ghana is now in a mess, economically and politically, under the so-called National Liberation Council. Men and women of Ghana, I know your troubles. Stand firm and organize. continue your resistance wherever you are. I have faith in you. We shall not have fought so far and achieved so much, only for us to stand looking unconcerned while a clique of deceivers and self-seekers do all in their power to turn the clock back. We shall not sit idle to see your hard-fought-for achievements being destroyed by this traitorous clique before your very eyes. Fellow countrymen, chiefs and people, comrades and friends, Christmas is here with us again. I am speaking to you in the spirit of the season, from Conakry, over Radio Guinness Voice of the Revolution. In spite of your suffering and humiliation, I wish that you could have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is normally a festive occasion, but on this year's Christmas Day, Ghanaians cannot help reflecting what a fateful year this has been for them. You have seen an unfortunate and sordid chapter in your history. It's a chapter of treachery and betrayal, of greed and hypocrisy, of cant and blunder. It is dark days for Ghana. It is exactly 10 months today when certain officers in the Ghana Army and Police turned their guns at the very constitution and legal government which they solemnly swore on their honor to protect and defend. You know that anyone who is capable of such an outrageous betrayal of trust for no reason at all could never have been motivated by the true interests of the people. Events in Ghana since then have confirmed this beyond any doubt. Within 10 short months, the traitors who make up the so-called National Liberation Council have shown that it was their morbid lust for money and power and their desire to escape from the just consequences of their corruption and crime which made them commit such despicable acts of treason against the state and the people of Ghana. When you look around yourself, their only achievement has been the sordid reversal of Ghana's development and progress. In these 10 months, a lot of lying propaganda and calumny has been manufactured by the so-called National Liberation Council. You have also been told a lot of nonsense by this notorious Liars Council about the state of Ghana's economy. Far from the gloomy picture of doom which the so-called National Liberation Council have been at pains to paint in order to deceive you, there has never been anything like the present state of mass unemployment and hunger which the last 10 months of National Liberation Council misrule and mismanagement have brought upon Ghana. Thousands have been forcibly dismissed or laid off from their jobs. Mass unemployment has mounted so high to a stage unprecedented in our history. Let the unemployed, therefore, mobilize themselves.
Back here, my first winner, CMJ Sika Achedie, 10 million. Hello?
Hello, Bobie.
Eja?
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 Two. What for the boko?
Eja, me that say. Why are there?
What? And now what you say?
And name is 40 cedi per.
And I bomb amount say
1,000 cedi cash.
10 million.
Cash.
Kai, bro, you bro, you
my problem, Bobie.
Oh.
Me that say. Me the brain and papa. Me send you the why?
Cause I don't trust you. Just catch it when you budget. Why? All right, all the best. Congrats. Okay, so that's it. Patro, and then me check on one channel temwa and me can't say na Kwabena say star 413 hash ube follow a steps no a bomb mawa team one our chrono 10 million na on ucha didn't tamoa and a fan tamo to the traway. All right, so I have Asipa executive director here Ora Mensa Thompson Chama Kwaba are you from Akwaba? Listen, when you Akwaba? Oh.
All right, I was very surprised when you mentioned his name without the Mr. because it's not easy to attain that height.
Okay. Sorry.
So, in fact, for and on behalf of my client, Mr. Mensa Thompson,
Yes, sir.
I would want to subpoena you before the Sahindri, where you would have to answer questions as to why your mindset derailed from mentioning the Mr., which has not just come easily. You know?
Council, but someone many Mustafa. You know, someone at the other table, a deep brava. So
Mustafa has never missed calling him Mr.
Anyway, Mr. Mensa Thompson.
Oh.
Anyway,
I'm still Mensa Thompson.
This is Mr. Mensa Thompson with Mr. in hyperbole. Hyperbole. A gargantuan.
Congo to say.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, maybe I call so come on. It's so Mensa Thompson. I be for man. No, be a testing me. I want to say Mensa Thompson go Wari Congo. Wari Congo evermore. Evermore. Go shift one da. Yeah, no mutikuma.
But
Oria,
Kwabena, when you say, let me say,
Vive also the above. I didn't know you were such a darling.
No, Mensa Thompson, girls in the region home.
By many of
them. No, minim. Omani John.
Na adenema Ghana for Mama Ukrasa.
Me worry me for Mama. Afena de na ma bebe wo Ghana ha na me say me nya bi.
Mu chiche. Me be boss kra bu mfi me.
Me nya bi.
Unu anu mi kra se nya nya de mpa go ma nya bi.
O kra nya bi.
O mu nya bi. Ye nu anu o mu nya bi. Ati Magdalene. Hey, Mr. Thompson, my crush. Hey.
Yes,
Oh no, you say no. Me who say one take steps bi wo wabrabo mu a. Oh Kwabena. Emma wadofo kra nyi omuti empia bonten.
Sound.
Nti me kra no, my imagine say me announcement, but me de end enye reality. Na me ye wia no ma hwe omom do. Oh, we say nka odi enye no.
Dey odi no,
obeka say we hu adofo.
Oh, otobo obu de arba kwa no India na ba Kumasi,
Kazakhstan. If you are meko Uzbekistan.
What ado? Si e fa pa so twitwa na abefo chero.
If you Uzbekistan na ye ko Pakistan.
Yo.
Na if you Pakistan na ya ba himfa. How many stands do we have?
Can stand.
But all the stands, the most adorable stand I know in this world is Standubi.
Stand.
Very hardworking.
Standubi. Oh, task. Listen, Uniana, or you now. Anyway, so Oria, Akwaba.
Yeah, Kwabena, me that Mamicha Ghana phone na or more. Sending me messages, wishing me well and all that. Also, omo etamechi enemy too coin. Say I'm a ready.
Yeah.
Obafi and the koye. No one did now say your corner koye.
Yeah.
And Mr. Ma Obia Nami Bakwa, my baby Bika so Hana Ghana for so.
Hano, and yes, I'm the chairman here.
Eti meda obi bia se obi o send message bia na mame nka se enye se me pega na for mass there be enye am say a lot of
It's the most highlighted.
Yes. For Ubiaya, oh, Nadena, Ghana former baby, Nana, Menyebi. Menyebi. Missumishi Shemono. Dear Missatos, and Sabio, Yenino, Ye Nipabako.
In fact, Prophet Necracker said, per vision no nine, not on Fimpadi any mind.
Prophet Benicata.
Oh, do I have the prophet? Okay, maybe I'll text it.
Well, now where you been?
But honestly, I didn't know. Say, I had a lot of people here who really liked me. I didn't know. I don't know that they like me until say my wife messages me and I'm saying, oh, Mr. Sir, menya where means they said they like me. But you know, I'm a Pan-Africanist. I believe in the African dream. I am also a pragmatist. I know, say, I mean, there's the Biayakasa about uniting the continent, uniting Africa.
Madeline say, I'm breaking Akuma.
Oh, Madeline, sorry.
Say no.
You stole
me, dear, me mama Moswa straight Papua New Guinea.
Twin City Mafia.
Papua New Guinea. Coffee if you want. Oko Twin City. Me de bada mu nyame twa tra kuro ba bro. Whom you are nobody
you know, yeah. But you see,
you say,
but come on a serious note. See, culturally, we are one people, though.
Yeah.
You know, the culture, the food, everything. We just one people.
The same people.
We're just divided by artificial boundaries.
That's
all. We are just one people. You know, I mean, there's nothing different. I mean, and yet,
say almost Ansah the same.
The same. Said oba ho ade e Ghana sa. The same process. Bibian sesa.
Yeah.
You know, so it shows say we are just one people. We're just one people, and you know. Yama akosi broni ede entawantawa na yesi French for monkofa British for monkofa and normally kasa chicheyemu, and we are not able to unite the continent to be able to achieve the benefit as a continent.
You're right.
It's I have so much respect for Ghanaian women. I love Ghanaian women. My mother is a Ghanaian. My sisters, everybody, you know. But the Nyankopon. And I'm very grateful because she's a very lovely lady. The family too, a very, very lovely family. And I think said they saw how lovely, you know, the family was and everything.
And so, Bana, I had an enough for Nebeba.
Aye, and here was your phone,
almost Babijano.
On Babijano. It's hope for her.
No say, oh, you got that what that. Okay, so that actually seriously, so all for you, especially your boldness to speak your mind. I owe you fufu with some goat soup this Xmas. Why? Damba says yes, me too. I believe in Pan-Africanism. That is why I married a Gabonese girl, and I'm proud of my wife. Okay, so you have a brother here, Charlie.
Yeah.
Beneza, I remember the very day my wedding was announced in church. One lady walked up to me saying, "So you all this while I've been here. Why do you think I've been hanging around?" Meanwhile, there is a lady I approached and she turned me down. Not once, not twice, so many times. Where I go get my own tea, they can't talk nonsense. Okay, so now says as for Bobie, his destination is voter rating. That is why he can pronounce the names of the. Nah, please, I beg you. Me free voter rating, baby, Mr. Me dancing foot to crab appropriate. I beg you, go you. I say, Nkrumah self go Egypt, that Ansah. Oka Kongo, our such a cent. All right, so Audumo says, Bobie, you will catch one of her friends. Oh, who's there? Crofocus had the agro keke about me.
About you.
Yes.
Oh, with the agro.
Yeah.
And then the
A young pampa. Anyway, yo, Akwaba.
Yenu Akwaba.
Boko dear.
You who are me careful.
Christmas, the VM to say, street to say.
I think say, Mamencha Tifo.
Omojoso.
Na Mencha Minia Mensa, Mr. Mensa Thompson.
Yeah.
Ura Mensa Thompson na me mona baso ne akukodo ne nseyo. Ade a esefata se ye nyina as enuanom no yehu se eye obramu asem se ye nyina no ye betwa saasa no anye bia no enane agya edijaye se ye nso ebesua se ne yehu akan no se Obema beja nina na odi akubo minti on behalf of all of us mesumebo abaso se utu anamopa yesire nyame nhyira ne nkwapa ne ahoden edema ne wo ho kani Kwabena Christmas say miano where
I just asked about the town.
Where I come from no. I was trained not to be someone that celebrates Christmas and all that, but I grew up knowing say akoye ewiase afefe dia se bi enya dia nyankopon chiri ana bibia, but Christmas way I think is the worst of all. So we share omo mufra manone ba Ghana no a eno de I think say ebinum ani age Ghana ho. The only policy me jidi say aban we aya medical abo mo abaso wo akufado amemu mu nyina eye sa before and I say black Americans ne blacks elsewhere in the world that omo etimi aye program bia etimi di omo abaga na no. I think say one of my brothers, is it Kodwantwinom na yesa program, and if I'm not mistaken, it has brought a lot of people down and beyond their return and so no idea abua.
No, but I think this program has been there for years.
Well,
Rollins started with emancipation.
No, I'm saying say
then himself also be gateway to Africa.
Abai way say o pade papa bi a obaye e wo so to aso a wan to aso a ene de e wo so to aso a wa to aso a. I think this is about the only one I know. What you say? There's nothing better or good about this government apart from that we now ama nipa Ghana no. But busa who say obi frama no ne ba wo man mu abedi bronya wo na wo ti wo man we mu no bronya no wo di bia na eno brings up a question na ebe magana ni ehu say
so Rollins stand
Pan-Africanist yeah Akufado no omo nwe omanfo ho omo dwen timamufo ye foreigners any obi a on free man mu ana say obi a omo ejiri say like womo ne eni akansie what you say Ghana ni eye a ana say odi yie na otene man mu na nani gye a Akufado ne reho but so hoho any jiwo ne man a nani gye, and that is demonic. Kwabena minim Ghana ni apart from omo ya kronfo omo wa ban we mu ni ayonkofo ni enuanom a omo awieska minim Ghana ni bia wo say afi we owo the luxury to do some expenditure ebe boama ne ho ato no. Accra of all places kwabra eni kwan se nkene ene ye bosumi da toso dunson yes sir echina du nwotwe aya ye koyenim kwabra busa ho se ene dunkuno rada busa ho se 19th of December sign nanka wo nim se ekrom se se nka wo bai nanka ni kwan se nka wo timi ba easily
yeah
kwabra ko akra akohwe
hwe
there's no traffic. It is na akwabi MPP ni bi ti radio bi, so I don't want to give any eulogy to the person's name. Oh na oti radio so say police for na aboama traffic na easy. How? The police for say ma obi en tuka MP abontin bi. Ekroni mo ye hwe kwabra obi ani kapre.
Yeah.
Se si e sabi o ma ba ku mienu miensa. And answer would your baba kwabra. You are not thinking about Christmas because right after Christmas, school fees.
And before that, no more can school move force. Ebinim do omba ko school just last week. And Ochina Wednesday. They are going to pick them.
SHS.
And America no.
What I say?
Yeah.
What force on kwala mama ko school just about 2-3 weeks. Or betinefie till March. Because opesa oka otra on record so say you are far from 1-4. Na say what adu chumkura wa bon say we say na ko school kura nka wo no entika we yedo watchman kura nka won qualify. Oh enti no what ti wi ase na bonne we making so wo hwe plans a nipa ba ko pe one ne family trips ahodo a omo abuku na ebi ho a minimu a pabna baby a me medi agro community mi nka ho asempi areho oh and it's so sad say akwaye bibi se woni bi no nipa no kura nka bia nka awe chichire fa ni nipa ho no ono kura mpo no o si wusu kura no oye ne mo na oye ne mo so it's so sad. Oh ene that same person no also discuss say every Christmas has not been better than the previous since time memorial, but I beg to differ. I do remember when I was a kid every Christmas was better than the previous when I was a kid.
Now no say omo twi ka ko mo ji.
Oh enti no say ekoba say
oni say omo twi ka ko mo ji.
Ene say yes ye de kokokra akokọ keke ye mfato ho a so mama penso na akokọ na enu 20 cedis fane say me pe broiler na me top broiler 20 cedis 22 cedis 25 cedis enu no kura 100 cedis a uto 9 etu kura timi ye party kura mo bi be ye den e be wi bi ene 100 cedis na de ton kokọ 9 no entimi nto akokọ baako u pe broiler unkura 150 cedis eno kura mpo no nipa no ode achew nikonom eno moto ho kokọ ye friend say 150 cedis eno kura no broiler no ode achew enti unkura 150 cedis a kwabra how would you say this okope akokọ funu so kura mpo kwabra
say box no be at 350
360 na say me kwa akopa akokọ funu bi akoya ade ama na me koya akokọ funu ye me say om de om nchembie no a eno kwa 100 and something cedis kapiko to broiler kura nka me gidi se nkeye oh enti no me nunu ye ho nsere me Ghana fo no ade ba kwa ade bia me pese nyina ye hu ne se ewiase ye bobra koya nim oh ena ye de ye na anya o ya ye nya ofaye we obi MPP shia kola or shia texter oba betra ha oba text aba oh Christmas we because the refi say 300 cedis and I say bia for say maximum ko jo pon kroma tutu among 1,000. Would you find say 1,000? 500.
I'm saying
to the best of your knowledge.
Say 500.
500.
Say
500.
And it's quite tabletop.
Say no be no be twada pa no.
Wow. Say no. O the 500 ni pie ne. O mabro nya tare sen. Akoko be na obewe. Wo de fa no so to akoko funa ma na. Eti ya na nipa bi jimi a na me kyerɛkyerɛ mu a me pese me kama a prick in the conscience ma ni hu se wono na wa ma o san sika no busa se na yire ne ne ma wei omo nyina akɔtena America omo nyina akɔtena beyond this country enti no adan na wo be ma wo ho kwan ma obi agimi wa kopem se ene wo don se sumu ano aye kufo do mobile phone woni kapre ya ma 500 se fa kodi bronya obema na po fans because na ponso person here running mate na ponso so a text a send ni momo e bi 1,000 obekwa akoye aduchum nipa ba ko o say no running mate no de omudididie share callers no okwa say oh na bo aduchum me ye on campaign o into ma bie sido account into what the way account A ye napo or the B ye your CHA mensa or the C ye your friend so opoku nyina onse ba omi ade na kwa mama no de into omo ya kodu account EF no the list necessary
opoku nyina ko so omo nyende
and so running
yeah one no propose ma
tikui opoku nyina demon no tikui so these are things that are reality I want some me nyina as a people no yehu ye hwe ya setinem
all right
na ye hwe se ne e betimi abeta no from ye how are ye wo mu yi but ye tena mu say ya na ye ma ne ye te say e normal okodwomu a me se ma me bi a o ma me ka me ya ka say tia no o se aban bie ni wono mu a obeba o man ne be ye papa na sa na obi abebe ye we busa ne few questions o se se mahama ba ade o discover say botuma na am se there bi but se mahama ba na o ton ye to a wo benya mfaso ama wo ban so anya so mfaso ba se sie ya wo te ha wo ton a ye nto me ba ya wo bo ne buoyi me hu se ne buo de miniska me de beto ana me kira wo se eye duty ene nioma akosoro ma nioma bua ye den enu ntina ye tempenten kwa na mahama ba ye no duty no tete so na se mahama time no na you contain out you asen afi ono ejina hanu ma se na eye mom na se aden na wo se obi ka kire wo se dwene ansa na wadwen bi busa no se aden na wo se me nya dwadini ma ye bi da but aden na wo se me ba be ka kire wo a wo di dwane se dwene ansa na wadwene enu nti na kwati ha mo jimi we etimi be yes me kwa akoye ayi ama ma be restrict omo ye importer enka jimi we betimi aba be na obi a wo ye importer wo na wo ama economy we ene atrive akodu ba bia aduro sabi enka wo ni ho anka o man we nka abo keti ha mo jimi we etimi koye krata se
na hesem kwasi asem se me omo no ka kire ye se
ne be restrict
passport every 100 Ghana equal 600 Ghana no na omo atutu passport mu na keti amo ejina parliament se adwadifo akire omo nteto omo ne ma so
we oye minister
we no central government no eso ono no enema boa ye din endu atoto passport mu because cover any paper ne ade ne boa ye din to atoto passport mu passport book e de 640 cedis from 150 we say to 640
we catch as passport untu kan enkoje
owie ya ono central government owie na ketia monjira parliament say I got the follow bachelor body there so body oh say book of free kwa so
na say bia ni tirim bakukura o na say bakukura ni tirim we o ka chen say pani agimi a obebusa say odidi pani atem na ka say nkola o magimi no o munyina na ewu we jimi we minister of state trade and unim de encho mo yes ano they just want to insult Alan Say, oh, and you cry, you man, and you be a Katie create me, or you cry, where Jimmy create me, minister. That's all they want to tell Alan. So when you're in your portfolio, Papa Biao, Katie Hammond, Papa Biao, oh, not Katie Grana, oh, hey, Katie Jimmy, where Jimmy Crown, create me, minister for trade, and Alan, they where your portfolio. That's all they want to tell him. I feel now, oh yes, I know, good for come. Omusu, because omo yusu Katie Hammond Jimmy for no, I'm a busuani per se, omo you sample traders, ejuma, importers, ejuma. Enti, and your boy din wo jom bra, a jadi for bre, ato for bra or more bre, and then ukokras on friwa. Name to me, no. Can I know so qua and go to me the free? And yan crown and come to me the free. And then what the free wa, or busa send or the free net na dollar ne cosra, or by just saying wo. And then man, I young them na dollar ne cosra watum. Mammy, let us reason as a people where any book be a. The power of the talent, you know, it's about the brain. Nyankopon was say, or ma baku num, or ma baku mienu, or ma baku baku. The man in numuno, or bohumani ye do, or man in mienu, or ma or bohumani ye nine. Now the man de baku no to two from the share. I wajin you, or to two wajin the share from me for the way. Obi a bon say. No, no, better that when they were we ask I could not say about me, bro. When you mean ya, it busa who pass you, busa so president, no one akas about me. We are the biggest fool in the world. O president ne hwan obi obeto abama ba umia busa say o president ne hwan aka ba umia you are the biggest fool in the world because let us hear the year won anya wo ya yan to wo so ne jimi na mu no tenemu ana se bi nebo yeah.
One quick comment from Badasu Emmanuel says congrats to Tommy for representing the brotherhood at the AU.
Oh.
Okay, so nice one there. Anyway, so Tommy, your initial comment.
Tommy Abasuna, Obi atro say omo ya ma ne kwado.
Onko, say yemfa from there ko. Yo. Even bro bre kra. Also niti. Anyway, so your initial comment. Onia, baby adbefa bia.
Yo Kwabena me da say ma men chat for bio. MCT for a time in catch it. Many messages be brave and I say, why are you so quiet now? Why are you so quiet now? Has MPP giving you money? Why are you so quiet?
Would you be?
Questions that
messages. Bobie, Nigeria say, immense and also Akwaji Bian, and I'm so Akwaji Dian.
Just say, now, all manner of questions. And then I say, why these are Mr. Mo? Me NPP ni be no bet me see my name so obdam capre cry. You know. Until I was just away, you know, for some time. Until maba. But Kwabena me follow events happening in the country. From the lithium deal to, you know, some of the economic issues, you know, the fallouts in the debate of the 2024 budget in Parliament, and it's a ridiculous policy Amon Kofabaye, you know, and I was shocked to some extent, you know, especially me who your friend is saying, sir, restrictions now on the bar for traders, no,
yeah,
say they want to cut the wage bill, the import bill. And you know, one of the ways they want to cut the import bill, and say, now they are going to restrict the importation of certain items. So I wanted to understand the policy rationale. Until I dug in, I did a lot of research onto what they want to do. And if you look at policy now, what they call Parliament now, they do not only want to restrict the importation of certain materials. But
then you want to give us
further. Yes, but no, it should tell you the thinking of these people.
Warning. Yeah, and I make us say you know the real information that almost actually
yes.
However, you want to open our eyes
on what they were trying to do. What they were trying to do, and say they were only interested in how much money these traders were making from the imports. On say, Ofa cold store, the Kufado family controls the cold store, the frozen food business.
Really?
Yes. Through the Amadi cold store.
They have done that and even
they control them.
They wanted to kill Abianca.
So
And Labianca is angry now.
So they control the frozen foods, the coastal, the importation of those frozen foods. You know. Sika wumpa, because if you look at the consumption of frozen food in this country, oh no man, who know the consumption of rice, sugar, and those grocery items, you know. And I'm say na adena sa sika we nyina eko nkofo botom. Why don't we restrict it? Until they were going to restrict it, and now I say so okra emo esichire eba Ghana, tea tomatoes eba Ghana, ko Minister for Trade normal license. Until every year no minister na betena say no afre wo bobi bra wo mama allocation o de your friend is saying 100,000 metric tons of sugar na beba. List over wo mama allocation o de 50,000 metric tons of rice na beba. So apart from mono obi antimi crash chire ana mo emma Ghana. So that means that the money that could have gone into these private people are almost so ever Ghana for Juma no. It created jobs for people, no. That money would have gone into the cronies able to. That is all they wanted to do. And you see, a hono and then this is eba. Because consumption, the amount of sugar we consume, rice we consume in this country, our importation of rice is hitting almost $1 billion per annum. How much we spend on the importation of rice and sugar. And imagine all this money going into the pockets of financiers in an election year. So all the money is going to go into their pocket to finance the 2024 campaign.
Yeah.
That was the whole agenda behind that particular policy. It's not about, because there's no way you can solve the exchange rate problem with this ridiculous policy. But you wonder, say, sir, NPP are buying this way, Kwabena. Omo irrational or more policy direction or more principle anything. Because you know say listo maybe I will bet material more party no say more you capitalist. You are liberalists. You believe in trade liberalization.
It's supposed to be. Don't
more,
say we believe
more,
in
but
as in
more you capitalist. As a capitalist party there.
Senyaseni di anymore kanisa. Senyaseni di party anymore. But se okwasia Jimmy abua dwan Jimmy di anymore. And also so ni subanko into party kanisa.
No, but you see, every party wants an ideology.
It's not cast in stone.
Yes.
It depends.
You know, say NDC is a socialist party. You know, say NPP is a capitalist party. The capitalist parties, they believe in trade. You know, open market. They allow the factors of demand and supply to determine prices on the market. But Kwabena,
because to the core, capitalism. No, we have believed that every state Ansah na ubenya bibi edi aba omanfo ana oman no bra no. Ade so omanfo na na de ama.
Exactly.
Enu nti no ye point ni say ma omanfo ni ye. Se na be ya oman no so betimi adi.
Exactly. Enti no Kwabena.
Enu nti na me timi being capitalist.
Yes, but how do you
now kofa
yes,
avoid anymore.
But how do you reconcile say such a trade restriction policy is being introduced by a capitalist party?
But do you think he is a capitalist? He's a capitalist.
So the ideology in here, because it looked when I saw, I said, this is so confusing. And the NPP for say, what is their ideology? What is their political ideology?
Family and friends ideology.
Oh, because you see, he has made a very good, solid point, and it's a very good argument. Kufo, why ye Juma or block factory? Why ye Juma when him send you see to adhere ton? When him send ye business. Akufado prior cra your friends saying toothpick cra on crabbing tonda.
Anyway.
And you know, sometimes it becomes like any party ideology, no. So a party ni ideology there, and come in baby say, why would they now believe in socialist ideologies like free SHS?
Yes, but you see, on say party bia on him say there no political party practices absolute capitalism or absolute socialism.
Yes, so it's
you know, even in the NDC, socialists, no, you know, they believe in certain sort of capitalist ideologies.
Why not?
You know,
did they not build businessmen?
Yes.
They built
24 hour policy now. You see, it's a capitalist inclined ideology.
Yes.
You know, to revive the economy, you know, create trade and opportunities for people. But in Pempi, you know, the extent, you know, you know, it's either you know, center left or center right. What I say, the extent of, you know, until you find that the whole government as a whole, no, for more policies are, there will be just 70% socialist policies, about 30% capitalist policies. And offer a typical capitalist party say NPPR, you should see about 70% capitalism and then about 30% socialism. And so it is not wrong for a capitalist party to introduce socialist policies or to be seen to be yes. But when a so-called self-acclaimed capitalist party begin to introduce policies that are alien, that are at par with the principle of capitalism, then you wonder what really is their political ideology. It means they are lost. So the NPP party now is a confused political party. They don't know where they stand.
That's true.
They don't know where they stand. And so how can we allow a party which cannot even tell us this, be decisive on its political ideology, continue to lead the country? So on what basis are they going to govern the country? Because the party is confused.
Very high.
How are they going to run the government? Which direction are they going to take the country? What direction?
When you're confused, that your man economy, a whole economy, say brabesha so. When I doctor in economics. Now, if we was my giant what John Mahama na digitization, I'm Ghana for any agent. I find no abominable. To say about we free brabesha for.
And no crown pulling you now, yeah. Just and yes, and a papa biasa. What the one on and Namna, who say a slow sook of Fabana, my no announce. Or yeah, announcer. Announce digital policies. No, I can announce. Today we are going to do school feeding program. It's going to be digitalized. How do you digitalize school feeding program? What the internet in the day ever tell you an question kwanenum?
Scan crowd. What would you do this crowd?
Woman kola Kwabena and kola no school feeding no. I'm say 1 cedi 20 pesos.
Ya no kra muntua
1 cedi 20 pesos Kwabena. Omo ye na prisoners kra ha mo dansa wom. Ha if you do 1 cedi 20 pesos. We are also you are going to digitalize school feeding. And you know, you will see that they are just confused. They are just confused. They don't know. Even the direction of the political party itself, they have absolutely no idea how they are going to do that. I think, sir, you know, this year it's been a very difficult year for Ghanaians, especially the last quarter. And can normally, you know, and can get into the last quarter, na yananka and no go kakra. But if you find a whole nation like Ghana, na every second tranche of the $600 million facility and IMF at the break. And now, and throw IMF for IMF for say first can they want to do a final audit in January. Ansah or more approval.
So that money, what is happening? Tell us.
So Kwabena, we've been sounding the alarm bell about how they've been cooking figures for a long time. The IMF program no data omode come IMF for they convincing IMF for say they qualify, they can complete the debt exchange program, they can restructure our public debt and put the country back on a sustainable fiscal path. Say data omode come nyina yentro. But because the country was almost in a very dire situation, no, the IMF approved the first tranche of facility for us. So the approval of the second tranche was going to be based on a forensic audit they've done on the first document, IMF for, no, and then also the success of the debt exchange program. IMF for the bear movie after the first tranche, on by your first assessment, they were not convinced. They came down. They were here for about 3 weeks. They met everybody. They met civil society. They met the opposition NDC. Yes, they met Ira John Mahama. They met the minority leader. They met a number of stakeholders. But Ira John Mahama is a very fine gentleman. One say all his interactions. All his interactions with the IMF, he was very supportive. Say IMF for no emwa or minor. He was very, very, very supportive. Really? And, yes, and I was shocked. He was very, very supportive. Oh, and
today, let me drive you around small, right? You see this building? The first tranche chopping. You see this building? That one to them. East Legon. Me from the mother sandbox. Hey, you won't be papa.
Ira John Mahama.
Holiday Inn. You see woman, you know woman Holiday Inn.
All the high-rise buildings.
Do you see this one?
The country.
I am a music and no Mama Famomo.
Ira John Mahama. I mean, I don't think we'll have a very gentle politician like that in this country.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I mean, his objectivity and his love for the country. Ono ni sunyina say I am a phone and boy my yansi vu or mine. Obanas has said Pokojo toa. Ninyina no say adwuma na bedding. So he's been
and very force utu
ebika no na okonfo bone say ekromo a ono so temu bi. Enti when he met the IMF, he was very, very supportive. Even though he knew, say, these people were not doing the right things, he was still, impressing on the IMF, say, whatever support they need to give the country for us to recover from this economic downturn we are in, they should give us. But you see, the IMF was not only counting on words; they wanted to be guaranteed, because they can't just give us the money for us to just misuse it and misapply it.
Yeah.
It's based on second, your friend is saying, data they call here, or we review debt exchange program, the IMF realized that they could not commit the second tranche because they were not satisfied. Because we should have gotten that second tranche in November. 15th November, we should have gotten that second tranche. But they were not satisfied. Okay? So they pushed it to December. Say they want to do further auditing and assessment of our economic situation. December, so they were still not satisfied. They could not come to an agreement, and so they moved it now to January. But Kwabena, how does a country, Oba in 2017, Obeto sinking fund, heritage fund, stabilization fund, Kwabena, Obeto, your friend is saying, yes, infrastructure fund. Apart from that, Bosian Kwawabo over 600 billion Ghana cedis. Taxes in Kwame are almost 800 billion Ghana cedis in the last 7 years. Oil revenue am I about 200 billion, 250 billion
This is kind of way.
How does this such a government now, and or my with these 7 years, the whole country is waiting for just $600 million for the IMF and son of mine $600 million. For them. 600 million. How can a whole country be waiting on $600 million? Just $600 million. A whole country. $600 million. They say, they say Ghana for Bronya and Kofu be doing Dokno Bronya by a Tari Amagubia. To bounce a party be a Koswa, say near Kufadwa, nay Dankwa, and yet Dankwa, nay Orchardakon, and Orchardakon, nay Wamwa.
Kofi Asante.
Asante ana dapa womo no ne homo. Apart from that, Ghana ni bia beda.
Me dapa de wo ye dapa fo.
Kwabena Grofo hom na je independence man ko be haye yo.
Kwabena areho.
Enka be try independence.
Areho.
Enka Ghana ni bia till death do us part. Ko bia be try independence.
And come on be set up your friend saying Independence Day Fund, Founders Day Fund. Aja momo busu afo.
Ya de muntuama ye na na nanom bre na ye ni ye no. Omo jimi sa ma. Kwasi afo pa bu kwasi ya yo.
And that is how they've run this country. They've stolen so much. So much. And sikanu guomo dem, Kwabena. Sikanu guomo dem. Sikanu guomo dem o ton, sikanu guomo dem. Nanse ya ebe hu de ba sem no started so omo twen kakran so still na do na guomo dem. Especially 100 cities and 200 cities note ne there. Oma parking is a bail, e guomo dem. Iguomo dem.
Ena omo te taguso.
Ena abro ne be ye nti omo ntimi niska no. Muso omo mfa sika no megu system nim. Na Ghana for enya bi. Se chese economy ni mo tari liquidity. Tari
se ohini dondo de obewia na ba bia bebo no. Asa what the problem no. Because dondo here that is all you training na ti dondo ni obewia na ba bia bebo no asa no. What the problem no.
Say ekura team obia ho kire no Kwabena na onim. Enye na minim se ho kire wo man mu. Na minim se no mo den. Ba Kwabena enye ma de ketuo ya mekoye ya. Anka minim se o man ni mo den sa. Utim se wadofo pa unim se sa ni pay die se wo bia Kwabena wo bia
nko be ye
obe maw udua no wasate bobna odin se goniti
unim dia ya
and Kwabena and I felt it
ama waka wan se nyina wie no wie a ono so na ni de
and after now ono kan dia na wo besu ama no and these are businessmen, people who were doing so well in that about 7-8 years ago. And some cannot even pay their children's school fees. Some cannot even fend for their family. And this is the country we live in now. And so I'm surprised how we are still quiet in this country. How we are still quiet.
No, but until you go to the polls, what can you do?
What you gonna do?
Kwabena, the situation we are in calls for a revolution.
In what sense?
It calls for a political revolution.
In what sense? It can only happen on the 7th of
Yes,
December.
but the revolution must start now. The revolution must start now. The revolution must start now and take us to the polls. So the polls is just going to be a formality. Yet, me nyako say ya fan could do 7 December. The revolution, because yes sir, then we are just accepting our fate. You know, we are just accepting our fate. So the revolution that must happen, but at least I know say Ghanaians can be on the street for 1 year. This government deserves more than that. Ghanaians can be on the street. Kwabena, every day, every day, from now to 7th December, you buy a demonstration and we can do it. Every day, Ghanaians will be on the street. Every day. Because that is what must happen. under these people. Yet no Kwasa say I could do 7 December say Kufa don't find who near. Then it means we've not done this country well. They deserve a revolution. 1 year continues. Yenkas will be country 2, Yenkas will be country Jan. But at least there must be civil protest, continuous one for 1 year until these people leave power. Because that is the only way we can show, say, we do not accept this level of treachery, this level of wickedness, this level of greediness, this level of atrocities committed on the people of this country. Kwabena, wemu, I just say two. But enkofo omewu omedi awrewo free mu because of the actions and inactions of Abanwe no. Say yakasa ye kan it almost
was one more said there kumomo.
And I make a second, but one more based on their reckless decisions, reckless economic policies, their greediness, and to me who shed them. They are almost 1/10 of the population. Over to young boys when you attack. Middle-aged man, yes, you see. I are
who then I call 40 years to mission who I come for.
I are what? Woma show my near sa for 7 good years. We are makofa baomi and say, or no so met twaso. Kokansi break the 8. Break mutrition in my pampaso. Break with tradition in my pampaso. And Ghanaians, we are supposed to accept this. We are supposed to. I mean,
maybe a war, Jamestown, a cut fish. Oh, yeah, no more argument. Now, Bako say, break the 8. Or see, break 1 year. Buzan say, no, day.
Say, I'm saying, Crankasa, Unyano.
Mementiasia.
Miss Mentiasia. Now, what is it?
Oh, me Busa, no, no. When Timianchi, or the Syrian by
1 to 1 Tiasia.
Break 1 year.
You know, because if in the midst of this, any dimwit can come and stand in front of us and tell us, break the 8. Samira Baromia is going to be the first lady from the Zongo. Look at such a useless talk. Just say, I am not a lame duck. Just say, I just say, I could cry more. I could find Bakuina. No, a Juani, the man is on you. As on social media, comment to be a car fan, or the Bia be responding. I'm a money, the man is Umuno. Nan say Parliament are passing law. Kwabena, I saw the statement. What was that statement? No, I think, say we need to digest that topic. And you see, and I'm surprised, say.
No, Debbie,
Kwabena, I am surprised that I'll still doubt it if Ekufuado can tell me he's a lawyer. Kwabena, say Parliament Ashemra, say the criminalization of the witchcraft accusations, no any death sentences, no way, no.
The explanation, you're the man.
Kwabena, the law is very clear. The power to make laws is vested solely on Parliament. And when Parliament passes a law, it is up to the President to assent to the
and also
the bill.
You want assent?
Yes, but Kwabena, the act actually say when the President refuses to assent to the bill, the President must provide reasons.
And he has provided.
The President is attempting to determine the constitutionality or otherwise of the law Parliament passed. Isn't the job of the President to interpret law?
Yes, he mentioned it. He mentioned it and even mentioned about financial constraint. The most stupid, explanation ever.
Sir, say it has fiscal pressure. Said the
on
bill
the
has
economy.
fiscal pressure on the economy, so they should have consulted. I mean,
in other case, for the Ghana, for the past 25 years or 30 years, we have never taken anybody to the shooting range.
What is the
say Yankobo firing squad? Most of the people are them.
Kwabena, what's the fiscal pressure?
Are they not eating? No, the question is, are they not eating?
But
that's not
how much is the fiscal pressure?
That is it.
That doesn't equal that of an act of parliament. What I say, because say a ruling about, let's say I was a president assented to the execution of a victim. It does not equal to a law. You say a hunshi say Oman penny as Ansah. I was say we bet remu dientia.
But listo, but what Bobie is saying is before there are so many people. I'm saying the last time there are about I think 27 to 30 people on death row.
Yeah,
Kwabena, for the last 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, no president have signed the execution of any person, any death row inmate. Ekufado na ono watches are ridiculous. We say the repeal of the death sentence law will have fiscal pressure on the economy. How many death sentences no assign?
How
many executions
are wasting money on them?
80 let me say wabon kwabena me kase nipa no wabon a monti ase say wabon.
That's it.
Wabon.
Wabon
because he doesn't understand what he wrote. He doesn't understand what he wrote because for the last 20 years no death row inmate has been executed. Ukabaya president 7 years in Nipa by 6 and he has sentenced him to death. They are still there. You've not even signed the execution of one. And the Parliament have passed a law say any young child death sentence the maximum sentence and life sentence. We say about Mineka. Also, good death row. Also, one science in Kumomo. Still, no man, no ebo moka. Intinya bonwa. Over reason where they are come out Parliament. But you see, what kind of tone of the letter? It shows the level of disrespect he has for Parliament. 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 Bema 10 grams and Parliament. Because also was in Ubia Parliament or so was in Ubia Mobia. Mobia. Oya Masamatu.
Sometimes no. I miss me the Parliament, especially Speaker. When you teach say, she Speaker, when a pedigree, she a record at the bar, she a record at Parliament, as member of Parliament, as minority leader, as majority leader, and Speaker,
Deputy Speaker before Speaker.
Any pedigree. How does Speaker kowtow to such a midget in terms of? I mean, sometimes you just look at it and it's like I say, one speaker knows money on.
Oh no! Listen,
no.
Listen.
No, you see, let's not divert this issue because he's on a path.
He's on a path.
Right? Listen. No,
I say Obi Bua.
No, you see.
Ansah no Obi Bebu no. I was say wa bu.
A response.
You see,
Akufo-Addo Trokoma Parliament as an institution.
One speaker.
Mami nchrewa de.
Yeah, but
right. Mami ba. When you say I'm funny, in Pan-Africanism,
like what?
For example, say Mike Okwe and the Tisa Chenimua on trust and questions.
They be big and it's not because he has respect. Partisan. It's not because he has respect for Michael Okwe. It's because Akufo-Addo don't know Michael Okwe no on the party.
Anyway, let's move on.
Listen. You see, Kwabena. Anybody who will be truthful will tell you, say, a Nyankopon and a Maya, this current parliament, and a Maya, somebody like Speaker Bagbin.
But Babin, the way he's playing his role,
Kwabena, you see, sure. You cannot blame him that much. Okay. You cannot blame him. No, Kwabena, no. How can you blame the speaker who doesn't have a vote in the house?
But how does he suspend sitting when in another case he didn't suspend sitting? How does he account for that?
Listo. You see. Look, Listo. We may all have reservations. With some of the positions or sometimes some of the decisions he take at a certain point in time. But that does not override the general good of him as Speaker of Parliament.
Parliament now are working on a bill. A bill no. That this is the way to go. One person, President Ansah, is just faffing around, giving flimsy excuses, which smacks of madness.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. On this note, I wonder how.
So the speaker.
At another point, I disagree with the speaker on other issues.
Yes.
But on this note, I wonder how Yenuntinu way.
Yes.
No, but you see, that's my point in telling you that to every immediate cause there is an immediate a remote cause.
Listen, you cannot blame speaker for Kufuor's foolishness.
No,
you cannot.
I'm not blaming him for.
But
I'm blaming him for having him to allow Kufuor to disrespect.
What you free party was
you see, I think why Kufuor Kroma say why Kufuor
didn't be ascending Kufuor
so you can't blame Obia no Kufuor what disrespect Obia Kufuor why
Kufuor 10 times
Obia o de no he doesn't respect anybody. Why not did not Kroma why not on disrespecting no from Otum photo why
national
I don't country or hene ko catch your friend say your friend say aflawo hene ko ka say okwesiku na waka dey onkoye na ade he talks to anybody anyhow that is the damn way to have
to abama no omo ko kumase no mka che so omo ko ya say ya ozo ko krobotu pa twatwe
o say won to ma na jai ono force say ko to aba ono akọ form to abama no so this is the damn way you have as a president so you cannot blame somebody for his reactions because that's the guy you have as a president, you know. But it shows.
My point is say, my main can't say when I am free. My point is say, or trust has same way by no. Yet Ghana ha, and na kwasi Jimmy be or no so be quite MP. Wakwati kunyem as a referee at Waba. Or buy or throw thesis pamphlet in the case chain way. We no say I will let it slide. And you know. Yehu say who you sympathy
no
period you know na obi akiro say
no
Kufuor niema ensemfunu a wodi no enye abambabin esubanti ena ama ne disansef odi sansefunu free
me bu se wasem
odi free
odi me ba ma bu se wasem me na epoku minim say Nyankopon ena ne mre eyemre pa me nye ma adwin se me speaker of parliament da enti me pa na me speaker of parliament Kufuor obetima dwen kwasase we abetima
obetwere
aka meka nkwase astem a efiri na ekwe ne kokura no so obetira konya so biem
but oye sana and say bodam ni udware I say udware na bodam na be yetawo
you see
you must at every point in time be very rebellious to stop nonsense from happening nonsense
tobo
obi Jimmy akata say we Jimmy straight
the list of person
Jimmy
the list of person o kan nyina ne say
obi boss for
Kufuor no time a Kufuor do adim kwase asem o party mi na Kufuor no agimi nti
why not yes
so let's move on
why you see Kwabena
no my body power
pona wo bono to the core ne say obi Jimmy a Shimano, money who said, what Jimmy Palmer, Jimmy, my body Palmer, and yes, and Yabamba look for me energy. Why not? Opia, including a flower for now. Let's go on. Yabba Palmer. What Jimmy? Let's go on. I don't know many people could Jimmy Namos so so. Jimmy, so what Jimmy or Jimmy Abambabin is not in the soup alone. He's not in isolation. So let's move on. Why not? So let's move on. What Jimmy? President, we are president. Where Jimmy? Or the free party man, no, your president. And I'm saying, where Jimmy is my boy. I forgot one delay. Oh, what can some you see at you? I say, me a body palmer. What's the winter here? Oh, be argue. You see, a body for you. I'm also still young woman. Where Jimmy Frinkola,
you know, you see, Parliament Ashemra. Netia, yes, separation of powers, ne say. Parliament by Yemra. Parliament Yemra. You didn't run about my executive. No executive not sign. Napal Emran say, same pose be bini na se wo o man penyin wuntimi nsan a. Chire netia wuntimi nsan. But Emeka Parliament say a man on my passing, who work for the Sebi to win the answer Parliament, whole Parliament on passing Brano. You cannot determine how does the president now cast a verdict? Just say, oh, what we know, we share the Kufa the trainer, unanimous FC for Nibi a tray. Because they attempted to write a legal reasoning, but the legal reasoning was flawed. A first year law student first had you know kind of say and then I Kufa do pese ochiri. And then no pese ochiri. You know, so it is not just a memono economy no ma bon no mo say no mo ntimi nye. Kwabena, every aspect of our governance processes have been affected by the recklessness, by the ineptitude, by the inefficiency, by the incompetence of the Kufuor regime. We need a revolution, a very strong revolution that will marshal the effort of this country to move away from sad destruction this part of destruction because I don't think just a mere simple democratic process can move this country away or can revive this country or can move us back on a sustainable path. I think so.
No, but at this point, yes, I agree with you that there must be some positive defiance on the streets.
And something must be seen before the elections.
What must be seen is the positive defiance.
Yes.
The TUC.
Yes, and the civic action, and the people on the street, the boycott, everything.
Say the boycott and everything. No, anybody we are so much that he is able to penetrate systems. The TUC, you can't get all the leadership to agree that there should be a boycott. The lithium issue. Why University of Ghana Teachers Association, they are saying something different. Other university, because I know who say UG teachers na you want to say no, this lithium thing is wrong. I want to dream ka no mo other university ko catch up some say. So
are you not able to smartly read between the lines to tell that these people have been induced? How many are they?
Exactly.
You understand?
Okay, in numbers.
In numbers. You see, those are the things. There is an answer or a solution to all the issues because they are not wiser than us. In any case, they are not in the majority. What you are saying. So if they have amassed wealth and they can manipulate a system or systems, for example, look at how they are able to create division amongst people who have come together to form a group, for example, to want to do things against or in favor of the citizenry. They are able to sometimes create in some cases they are true, but my biggest question that I don't know who can ever answer and he say enti obi kwaji sika na oton ni nyansa no yen ya we chire no adan na yen ton koso because yan ton koso it means say sika na nipa ne kwaje ye no enu bi na na wonso on ba kro no wo hwehwe about to make an in some cases instead of thinking about the bigger picture which will free all of us or liberate all of us from the air cost one yema almost centralize it and you may be at a point be now won't say they divide you and rule you. What I say it you know man san come on now you know me the papa revolution it has several meanings. But the most pivotal meaning of revolution, you know, is what word you also use. To be defiant. It must come a time and also Ghana focus there must come a time.
Because let me give you a typical example.
There must come a time, say Amisa die. Kwapim say you be in a free GRA. Because sike bia ko GRA bia no oni kwan go frata na echedie akrofo we.
Because let me give you a typical example. Say am no because of the lithium issue no.
Yes.
And Ansah and Sanene.
Yes.
Somewhere in Volta region in Kroni Biso. A chromopho no mahimfo akoye a signboard. Say ebugina pono mo de nkrofo aba ho be prospecting. Nkrofo no si obi omba ku omo.
Simple.
So somebody send me the video. I think I have it. I need to look for it.
Yes.
Me man carry. But the point, the point is now
I will help them.
If Akufo-Addo and his family will use foreigners to invade your land,
kill them. Why not?
People should just defend their land.
Defend it. That's the best way. It's
so how do I chebi?
And possess your possession.
And as abomosu, how na ma me free. Say abomosu nyina ye gold. Mumbu obia dan na muntuni nyina mfa nkwa.
Obia no ni asem.
Obia nka hwe.
So crowfo agimi na.
So many parent video no send me, and I was like, well, even if Usube issue the whole Ghana police, Obia so defending the land.
Simple.
As a demand for defend our land, Keta for defend our land, we no defend our land. Obia ahemfo no, and otu fuaka. So Hinibia should go back to his land and defend your land.
Simple.
So a positive defiance. That look, won for broni bia and sia me prospecting.
Nenka China for gu emrem.
What you say? So but listo I Tommy, dear Tommy, listo mumi enkomo na mudi a raise ade bia or hinibi. JM call a year tall last week no. Is it on hinebe? I will me or
I will win.
Is my hinebe.
There be na you cry one for a you cry more production in cry. Okay, Western Nzima, sorry. Western Nzima Chief Nana Ewilo Kwame. Okasembi Echrejo Muhammad. Somehow rhetoric.
Yeah.
Say about to aye kotui John Muhammad. Ubetnya protective rules no. Yes.
It is the question that every Ghanaian is.
So let's
we don't through the whole Jomolo. The only market yawa a sopa a Joe market. Last 4 years, which I bought, sir, Anka Oba over my market to be a in Yama. And Nipa Adjun Bonnet, and he went to me a muscle. The whole Jomolo. What's it to do? No, I'm going to no more different story. It is a best rope. Obia man in the hall. Nabana Yatunabano, I want you to in the baby. Now, men are not common chroma. I know can ask them. But the supposed Baba, a su year. And if I want to track in so, sounds a mundi no cre. Tiafi way there. Mumpe nip dino cre. And Ma Ganafonia no. Nabanon for when Yagani and Shabano. Nagana phone count tribute. Yet I was in Agboshirao. The Dukunum. We don't know through the whole Jomolo. The only market yawa a sopa a Joe market. last 4 years we share your ball say anka oba my market to be mu aye ni ya mai.
So this is the Asian axim Nana Kwame Awilo. Or say I don't know, so simple. Sana nano nkrofobi edi animu. Omo ba ye to abawie no mo keka sense bi kire disifu a enye fe. Na entiase bi anim. Na we de your mama mpe nkrofo a ombe fi wo mani han. Ahwem ni akai no wanwan. Na nkenye adwombone a ega your mama wi ni. But on the more serious note, na ma hu senka woka. Especially in the Ashanti region. Me mampon tem bia meko bia no me navo for my some betwama abama John Mahama ni NDC. The question they ask Bobie yakoto na mu because you two ya ye ntimi emagina da kan ho sai me yi anim say ye baba be protected ade no ti say mo anyire mo ho na mo mankrofo we sai esesa ade no. And that has been the conversation, the questions.
Kara?
Yango.
I share strongly in Ohinene Kasa Okan ni na sa question no Addo'S Kwabena omo mutai busa sa question ne pa dodo na ye womo a omo afri baabi ebeto abama NDC. Kwabena minim nipa pi ya bigiri se ye kokuma se a oni obi din koma aya wote se na ya toa mo betimi ahwe so na ebi o wa ugu ahomekoko a sigh of whether relief or this cannot be a sigh of relief because it is a sigh of sorry. But sometimes you just do that to water down your makoso in the past and still hope say it could be better than the Ekoso in the past, because NDC will never be forgiven if Abaye Kotwe omo anye de esefata a beman kunimdie Abaye Ghana fo nyina dia kwara enkomo na ye die no anya NDC nkomo bishia NDC fo na me show omo nkran a eya na me pese me ma omo hu se enye sebi omo nkwan na ade ahia omo hwe eyo man Ghana ena ba bia ye duro no enye party bio. They are very lucky and fortunate. Say they have a candidate on. Akwa say ni pede enso ye wene nam. Ne ho akono. Owo sune ban bia etwedom owo do. Owo abodo kire. Owo sabio entati abotre. Osa wo ntati enyansa. Enunti akwa say the way a wotie no titiri unti ema nipa dom adwen yo mo se ya hwere ya de pa bi na e wo se ye kofa de pa ne ye den ebefie kwabra minimandi sifo a e ka o monko na nka jo ma ma e mampani biem da minimum minimbi minim ebia to a certain point a utimu se omu wo yawo bi wo mumu se eka omu nkokrampo no nenka John Mahama free ho nenka kwan abedam ama sebi omu so atimi akopre akonya kese kwabra minim kofo a omu ya ndisi fo all right anase omu ye wolves in sheep clothing odwan a wode patam pataku a wɔde odwan nwoma adura ne ho na debi ya me question bibusa ni sɛ wa ma yonko entwa nkono a utimi twadu sɛ wa ma wo yonko entwa ankwa a wo utimi twaduru ana ensema ya na mebusa me ho no na so Kwabena, God being so good say after some time, I don't know if you have realized say John Mahama be flag bearer wie no baako mienu miensa bi a me gidi say wa wotiti bi ebi won so a wo de wani mu asem say watimi ayade bi a aye nwanwa ama asesese no omo nka bom no aye fe even though ebinum da so wo me na so po no two ways about it omo ye nipa but the question is Kwabena, that's far how far baby aye droi is it just about the NDC? Is it about John Mahama? Is it about President John Mahama maybe Diana? Is it about Lordina Mahama na? Is it about Nipadom Aomoye executives of the NDC? Is it about Abaya Koto ya na wo pe chairman awenya? Is it about secretary na wo kopa awenya? Is it about ebia pulling and my friend say branch executive election wulusu ye? Is it necessarily about our individual goals ayentimia ateni? These are questions that we are going to near. I was saying na yebusa yenuanum NDC for. I have put a plea before every Ghanaian, including Omokrampo Omuya MPP for a by way I had the most disappointing political party in the history of the world to them. Million MPP for Omo edi omo re e share Akufo-Addo mu. Omo di omo ni tone so. Ya enehwemo di a omo die. Omo busa sa question way every now and then. In fact, when you talk to them over the phone, sometimes personally, when you meet them, the point they want to always stress and they say, Omunim say, Bawumia, enya dia, obetimi abeye mampani, si too free and fair election. Omunim say, Omo bomu trimu po, sombe wiabanim. Now, yaho boa, and saying, sometimes they do that to ask you, say, Muhia Moana. Is the NDC opening their arms to welcome all hands on deck? Because you see, Bako, Uredua Ebu. That is the point. Baby, I drew no. And NDC has some BM. Yes, the only person that can save this country from the mess, Mama. That one, there is no doubt about it. You can have a litany of whatever, people arguing from several but the point that Kwabena, everybody must know, they say, NDC, NAM Amayokua, says, no, or more are presenting such a candidate. John Mahama, one one did say one Naminano, or him saw a NDC candidate there, but when him saw a Ghana for candidate. And you know, how are we all? Because yet you want to Mosua, Kwabena, Ramo dear, a bit to me about my him. It makes me question me person me busa ye nyina Ghana for a ye person John Mahama be man penini say, how do we, for example, nipa ya o man ponya o ka say ontimi nyina ho enhwa abato osui Kwabena say we nyina ho a we di ne ho abro wa ye ne ho abro because e ma ne nyi say me kwoto ba ma NDC abaye man pen e John Mahama abaye man pen ya na NDC abapawa ye to abadi e ho afri sebi ohaw ni abenedie ni abebrese we ye independence number 2 we ye slave master ni ye Ghana ni ene wakwakofa tibonkoso zombi edi nachi ene ono a se na wadi ehwam awie wakofa bawomi a wadi amian se wono esamra na Ghana fo nsu medi amia enti no busa wo se, would you want Akufo-Addo to continue reigning by presenting a face, and putting him as a masquerade and hiding behind the mask. Bawumia, the zombie. Are you ready to be known, say, president here? Bawumia na. If no, then all hands on deck. This is not the time to be apportioning, blames. Oh, I said, look at the chairman. I said, look at ya. Me no, say no, na hoke kan nya me fe. Maka ni pain. Na hoke kan nya me fe. Na ye betra wa ka say na hoke kan nya ye fe ntino. Ye da so guso e twen say wono me ye bibi ana. Onyire ne ho na sabio ye so so ye nyire ye ho. Obi bia all hands on deck. This is not the time to say a friend is saying a friend say me nua ba hana bisiu. Ye to abama ni was wori akota America. Oma etimi betna ho. I say no aba me pacho mami kasa. Omo. Say no kana me kai was aba me de me afi na matie. Ye to abama na America nkwa no ti. Etimi betna kasa hana bisiu nti no. Me mama akoye adwuma na. Dabi oba bia sori. And now Kojoma yen toro and then man a chop money. Etimu betra say hana bisiu ye women organizer. O mo bo adoma no e ma na no ntino e ma mo betna ho. Dabi obi an sorry. Pablo o Sinto. Eti ye betra say Pablo Sinto ntino. Yen tra se na youth no so yen ka dem.
O ma ti committee so.
Eti obi aye de oye. But wo a wuti fie committee no nka ho a. Committee no mass action committee no. Mass action committee no obi aye leader. Uni baby uni juma bia dia arise Ghana crampo dia ho yeda ho ye free obi aye leader. Come and let us all mobilize. It is a communal labor. All hands on deck. It is not about executive way. Where what the honum obi create me ka say uncle autonom and away. Hey, what wonu aka originawu. Misraw. Manu sisu na so. Wo enkwa na say bo ho ban. Mumye nyina ya nyire ya ho. Alright. Na ya nye tumi ni fi kokokire kan ni na yonkofo ni nsem. Aboneyefo abusuefo a oma besi yeso a oma ye esi epinie. Mumye nye ya man efri aboneyefo ni adamo ni honhom ni nsem. Na ya mpire nko yanim. Migiri se ye sa question no ne answer no e wo ye ho. Ye ne betimi aboy ade ho ban. Ye ne betimi aye election no. I make sure say Bawumia awe police station wawe yakokan aba no wawe obi antimi nsesa no Ansah ye de ya paper aba wawe ne yakeka ye declare Jomama president elect one ne hwan a we tiri asesa hwan na no me simi ko Parliamentary Kwabena a soldier fu edi Ansah achi omo ye aduonu nwotwe na me dru ho na wonim a soldier fu do mo di na achi do listo na me nsuma ka me ko ato ho
Omukro Mame nya wemra. Hello. Okay. All right. So and come me pick Agbozi Agboji. Ezekiel says, okay, so but you are doing your part already. So that's it. It's okay. Kofi Don Prayer says Listo is right. It is as if some leaders are working against JM. All right. So Ebenezer Ben Ellis is here, says thank you, Listo. Julie Belinda Obri, quick one, Mami Nyewemra, hello.
Yes, sir.
What is I?
1,000 Ghana.
Were you 10 million?
Oh,
10 million. 10 million.
10 million.
10 million.
Who get to?
Me Pacho, your friend say?
Nana George.
Pacho, Nana Wife. Asalam down.
But I.
Uradieni and then you may domidono.
Hey.
Dada. Because we try ACMG sketch the why.
All
right, okay, so that's it. Live rock 100.5. Star 413 has match another 10 million into Munkang Eja Entum Namomra. Who raise issues about revolution? Yeah, be lead here to a year polls come 2024, December 7th. Then quickly Nasa tape we are meeting in Ra Eba Mitrim as to whether the NDC is prepared to protect a year amount for vote to let a citizens vote to count. These who are raising and common konenim. That okay, so it shouldn't be only about NDC. Yeah, it may move on. Yeah, wasudi because and then no, and never boy they know NDC 4,000 to be. Pacha Yanko.
Kwabena, I totally agree. I share the same sentiments. I share the same sentiments as as Listower. You know, me one of the people I'm maintaining the view say, without prejudice to the NDC as a political party, to the party's leadership, I've always held the view say you jai abandonment NDC for one way you could find in about me about tonight should be over and over again. I think say, you know, the NDC as a political party has not done well to ensure public trust and confidence. Say party no bit my bo you vote to home.
They showed it in Ansah Central.
Yes.
Enough. They showed it.
Yes, they did. But
at that point,
was
all hands on deck.
Yes. But as to whether that strategy, when push comes to shove, can be replicated across 275 constituencies. 276 constituencies. It's another thing. Because we've seen so many instances where they should have counted and they never counted. And personally, my father also say I have a personal responsibility and a role to play. The same as Listowell, the same as you, the same as any Ghanaian listening to us. We have a collective responsibility to ensure, say, we don't have a part 2 of this saga. Kwabena Obebu sound say, Adena Baumiana no ye presidential candidate no. Ekufuado ye campaign esen no. Adena Ekufuado na de bia ono na ye campaign Baumiana dawo.
Trying more than
Ekufuado no na de bia it is a platform be mount to bia ye campaign.
More Catholic than the Pope.
It should tell you, say, Baumia is just a whole vehicle to protect the Achim cabal and their loot.
That's all.
That's all. They just want to install Baumia so they can protect their loot and also prevent the cabal from going to jail. And anything they could find the mounted platform, Kachire will say, they also ye biawaye, akade bako pe. Nadia Bakwaka also yen say, Obe making sure say, Baumia be the next president. Baumia will be elected as president. What is his interest? President Kufuor Baumia didn't 8 years or ko ye. He didn't care who succeeded him. Or Semonko to the Obe Winnie Biabra. Because he had nothing to hide. Say when Boni awadi. No osuro ho aso twentino. O se ono de e kwan bi obefa so. Baumia ne bedi na de bi obefa so. Until I say, on my platform, I will say, I will only hand over to an NPP government. My job will only be done when Baumia is elected president. That should tell you the mentality of these people. But Ghana for you you to say, Boni Ekufuor na panfo fo abedi no, enya de a ewo se omofadi. Who did that? They must pay for their crimes. If they must pay for their crimes, we know says about me they cannot pay for their crimes. Because Baumia is only going to help them cover their crimes. So if so, and we want to see accountability, more de bia musia mo ka se chale ko fo de muncho muntumo munyom se o e kwan be na e be fa so e be chi omatum. The first step you ever first to say about your matum and say you better make sure say Abano Baumia does not come anywhere close to the presidency. and that the next government of the Republic of Ghana is run by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And that is the only way. That is the only way we can exact accountability. That is the only way we can ensure, say, when we sika good them, when two galam say and say, or one kum nipo touch my north, touch my south.
Ablekuma Central.
One more, or my yo mine sika ko gwa brutire. Omo maton ton manager pade en kran asase omo maton kran asase nyina di
omo esika ne bi gu omo dem
sankofo ni nyina e kwan ba ne e befa so a womo ebenya ho asotwe a ebeya ahyenso de eda ho se ebeya daachi bi obi nso nya kwanya nya de oman ne hye ne nsa obahu so oman no e Ghana fo japade oman no etotua eya enti so munya kwanya ejapade bia de be hye omonsa no e so mo hwe so ye no mo de eboa na Ghana fo di ye enye so mo soa ekogu omo fie na omo no mo ma ekogu amanone na omo kodi. And this must be a very loud statement. It's a huge and ardent task. We cannot leave it only for the NDC. Ye jama NDC fon kwa ebebu aka yesim. Ye jama NDC fon kwa ebebu aka yesim. Ghana for this has nothing to do with the NDC. The next elections has nothing to do with the NDC.
But you see, yes, I agree with you to some extent. I agree with Listo partially. And the reason is that your last two laps be wo. So our last two laps in the ye young there, ye me Ansah ye tie kura no ye say eja ye ni obi no edru ono aye hu bibia enye yi. Last two laps ne collating the national figures. Who are the people NDC AU suomo? Who is getting what? Who is getting NDC the equipment? Who is buying what? Who is doing what? Then the other line is those going to the collation center.
No, that is the strong room.
The strong room.
You see, Kwabena, let's not even discuss those nitty-gritty of strategy.
No, we are not. No. Any strategy. We need. Hold on. We need strategy. Be discuss because Obia him say yemfa nse train ekayaba. Ye the computer ekayaba. Ghana ni bia no what radio. Where Jimmy say on your TV no. Oni say the nse train. Ye the computer ekayaba.
Yo, Kwabena.
And when your secret.
Yes, but yes.
My point is,
Kwabena, I agree.
My first point. Kwabena. Abano coalition na wo ka ho asem no ehun hia te se ya to aba wo police station na me ami wo police station wo bi gina ho bi Ghana ni ami gina ho bi ma yere me ho aye adwuma dwo ma ha ma wen e wo police station the odi fa say police station 1 million ye nyina nim say about 40,000 police stations and across the country odi fa say 50,000 50,000 no polling station to whatever one community mo say Ghana for ye bo NDC for chidom ne Jomahama chidom ye ko gina polling station ho say ye hwa abato ne so yie ye ni kwatwa we say ye hu say ya ba ne ya bo ema 200 ba wo mianya 3 Jomahama enya 190 dia aka no omo aka no omo nkoche ba omi ade emi ensape na yenyina kura ade no photo kura obi antwa bi e mamuma obi anka ncham say e ma ntwa photo.
Yeah, that's
that
is not what I'm talking about.
That is
I thought you were responding
to. Pacho, don't let me feel I'm not making sense.
Mpacho.
No,
hold on.
No, that's not.
My raising master, Mami Chechu.
So
on the say you say but no part.
Me say. E woni hia me te say. Ye nyina yakogina police station. Ye hu say.
That is not what I'm talking about. Mpacho Mami san chiro mu.
Say ni enya ye dia.
Mami san chiro mu bio. Me na me ka Mami san chiro mu bio. This is the point. Me say ye won crofo mo te fa ko a police station e ma no
obi age
e ba om ho
e ba om nyina ho
ye mpese e betu awie ne bedi 3 days ansa no obi abekire pin sheet sana mpese mka so mpese mi nwa ya ni mu nka maka
enti no dia me can say
because you go to the police station who the wadi be police aba no who ya de obehwe we behwe ne de be behwe ne de obi anim na fe de ye bobo aba ne wie na fa pin sheet brass imam 3 days bema
e ho na me ka cho say police station ho na pin sheet wo any circulation center ho
then na make say we need
police station ho
then na make say enkrofo a wo na omo gigi bibia de kom at the end of the day no enya sabita fracture ye ya ye 20 e be kwa kwaka fa wo pin sheet bra fa pin sheet bra eye wo mu no omo no be kwa kwaka asem no wo badwam no enti yesra wo mo say omo nsanka pin sheet no anka chem say mam 3 days
no
obi antimi 20 days
sa de no ensi
mo enti twa so
ensi a na e was say police station for na omo mani election wo police station for no omo ankasa enye say bia ye de paper na ma mensa e wo police station say ono nko amfa enko kamom e wo constituency level.
Okay.
Ye nyina na ye wo police station no ye nyina ye from union e di abato na chi as vigilante for e di abano akọ constituency anya mensa na yasoma no na mensa akoye kokwasa akọ ne nkofo akọ di nkomo se fabra na me beji pin sheet na kotro de opese so na ma mska na me nkodi kwasia enya sa na be koso enu ntina John Mahama in his wisdom said the election will be won at the polling station and we will be going into the ring with our own referee.
Yo.
And we know the police station for it minya sa ahoden no ene ense yo no ejina omo na so yes adwuma no na ye keka ni nyina bom constituency afa ya be krokro 275
omo motefa ko kinkan mo bi meka nkyere ye say figures no ebi amantem na nso
I think Listo, we're all saying the same. Listo, I think we're all saying the same thing.
Energized and militarized.
Listo, I think we're all saying the same thing. Sir, I was a Ghana for a boy. But boy, I was a Ghana for a boy. No. Asu do no kese no still e da so gina NDC for no so. Asu die kese gina NDC party no so.
Kotonton.
Sa kokwasa Kwabena na wo de se we yenya yebedi bronya Kwabena ye di bronya we eja ye so ye be so group NDC party for no so no because they hold the destiny of this country in their hands.
So when you say equipment wunnimu a ensi ho
adwuma no ntimi nya enkoje
ye call asin no free
tena se wo de se yakọ
ye discount ma se kwato equipment na wunnim equipment no mu a enyi sika no
enyi sika no
na kwabra mo
Debi na Listo ni omo nyina
ya ono so ma de wo
omo nyina ya the same thing omo nyina party for na omo nyina party na de o so na de so na omo mienu nyina so omo nyina e nipa kro na
o so ma obi a
omo nyina ya party
ya so ma banyansafo omo nyina so ma banyansafo
de omo nyina ya party mpanyimfo
party mpanyimfo wo so ma obi asoma onim nyansa
wo the police station sika ma obi unim say asoma say ade ma no obekwa kodi na still wo de kwahye ne nsa party ni mu ni makromfo party ni mu nyina police station sika police agent for sika e de ko na kwa nkoduru
say John Mahama so ono ade beko
enti na make say
bibia wono ade beko
Kwabena ye di bronya wi a afiwe
emfa ma obi a
afiwe ye be jai ekufa ba omiom de omo ma se omo ho wi
obi e kom
eja ne ye be so go in this party for so because they hold the destiny of this country in their hands and we will not allow them to mess
because
with
that
it.
two last line no edru a obi antimi mbenhu bi edi ama wo ntena ho na wo nya de obeye, and that is my point, that two last line there party asem
hwamodie sei
and you as a film